Sports fans, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the live show. If you're out there, let's go to Warriors of the Mavericks. Excuse me while I get there. I was almost ready to go, but I'm going to get my TV fired up here. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me is the next question. Let's see here. Is there a way to monitor this? It looks like the mic is working. Can you hear me? Let me know in the comments who's all here. As you guys come streaming in. Hey, what's up, Diego? Song Jinwoo? Ekue or Eku? Oh, my goodness. What's up? What's up, Jordan, King, Leo, True, Josh? Yes. Can you all hear me? Tell me, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Yes, you can. Awesome. We're almost synced up in the comments. Let's get this game going, though. I want to make sure I'm on the live stream here. Now, on the hot mic, we can sync up if you have that, and we can make sure we're all on the same page. Although, part of me, I think what I'm going to do here is go to the game. I'm going to pause for, I don't know, like 30 seconds because I feel like I'm always a little bit ahead when I watch it on TV, and then we're kind of out of sync. So I am now going to hit pause. Right now, I see the pregame stuff, 2-time MVP, Steph Curry. So let's do this because I'm going to pause for 30 seconds. Then you're going to watch me sync up on my hot mic. I'll get that all set up on my phone here. And let's see here. Hot mic. Download the app right now, and you can join me on the app. And I can also be. Oh, hey, let me turn off the volume there. I guess it's working there too. My hair looks fresh out of the shower, but it's still a little screwy. Let me fix that up here a little bit for you guys, so I can get the party going. Not so much on the sides. But yeah, I need a haircut. It really is look like, I likened it to John Lithgow in Buckaroo Banzai, but I don't think any of you guys know what that is. You can look it up. You'll see what I mean. Basically, he sticks his finger in a socket and walks around the rest of the movie like that. I am live. Okay, interesting. It doesn't say live. So why don't I see what if I press this? I'm going to probably break this, right? Because I can't see the chat now on the on my screen, only on my phone. Oh well. Well, let's figure this out. What's up here? Okay. So there it is. Now it's populating, and everything sounds good. Sounds good. Sorry, it's getting set up here. Now let's hit play on the TV. Now I'm behind a little bit. Let's turn the volume up here because hot mic will allow me to sync this. Is this the button for sync? Let's see here. Oh no, it's not that. Is there maybe no more sync button? Let me see if there's a sync button over here. The sync button is gone. Let me refresh this and see real quick because that's the whole point of this thing. All right, I think I just lost my live stream, didn't I? I can't believe I did that. Okay, are we back? Sorry about that. Are we all back? Okay. Everybody hear me? Okay. So weird. There's no sync button on the hot mic. So maybe I'll shoot there. Okay. Anyway, I can see let me pop out the chat here, and I see already. Wow, another super chat. So thank you. Let me get to that in a second. All right, super chats. The vibe. What's going on, Gucci Gang? We have a Gucci Gang here. I did not know that. Awesome. Love it. If you want to get to me on YouTube quickly, obviously the super chat's a great way to do that, and I'll be able to get you right away. So look, the vibe, thank you so much. And end of the weird TV, or another weird TV. I don't know. We'll have to figure out how to pronounce that. Asian bandwagon Warriors fan since Chris Webber's draft. Holy moly, that's a long time ago. Let me turn this off here on the volume. So here, but the game's starting. Are we all kind of synced up here? The toss is about to be in the air, and there's the toss. So maybe we can all be on the same page and all synced up now. Hopefully we can. So let's get into this. Now, if you're on the Hot Mic app and you want to join me, you can hit request, and I will bring you in. We can chop it up like commercials, timeouts, and stuff. So here we go. Let's do it, shall we? They go quickly to work with KP going to the hole hard and just rolling out. I don't know how you miss shots like that when you're that close to the basket and you're 7-4. Now they have a restart. Remember, the shot clock only goes to 14. So, you have your typical Luka Doncic pick and roll up top with Hardaway, little short roll. And then there's KP open for the corner three. Nice little offense, and KP can't come up. KP's been shooting the ball terribly. His rhythm is off. He's jumping early. I think his arms are slow. Speaking of rhythms off, there is a jacked up shot by Your friend and mine, Draymond Green. Okay, so now we don't often see Luka do that more than, once a game, you'll see him get caught up in the air, kind of hadn't seen read the floor right. The guys hadn't fit into where they need to be on the perimeter, and he throws the ball away. Once or twice you'll see that, not too many times. So we got Oubre bringing the ball up into a delay game across the top, little handoff. I like that with Wiggins. Can't turn the corner. Again, Luka, really good defense to get a body on him. But here comes Steph on the reverse. Oh, he didn't. No, he didn't. That was a, hey, am I hot yet? Kind of a shot. No score, no fans. Oh my goodness. And Luka just he just took Draymond Green down. I think he might have stepped on somebody or something. I don't see the replay on that one. That was a little bit ugly. All right, let me make sure I get all my comments going here and all the everything I can see visibly, the super chats and then the comments here. All right, Timo, what's going on? Now, Timo, you can request to come on if you're over on the Hot Mic app. You can request to come on the show, and we will. I'll bring you in, and we'll chop it up during the the timeouts and stuff. So let me see how I do that, because this is a little bit new. They changed the interface. I'll do that in a second once the action pauses again. So, I think I just missed something important, like maybe a missed free throw. Steph Curry, when you pivot that way across your shoulder, it's oftentimes not easy to see what's going on the weak side. Just threw the ball away. The Warriors do not look like they're on the same page quite yet. On the road, and the Mavericks have a 3-0 lead. Now, I like that little bit of a handoff into a ball screen that he could choose which side he wants to go. Well defended. Now, here's where Luka, okay, good. Luka doesn't settle for a three-pointer fadeaway tough shot where he's been shooting terribly. He works it in, finds KP on that roll with a mismatch. Really nice. I'm good, Hurricane E. All right, so then Wiggins gets on the board with a little bank shot on the baseline there. So much things to look at. We got to look at the comments. We got to look at the game. All right. So, again, they catch Wiggins down on KP, and good hands to deflect that pass and save an open shot. Kleba in the lineup is important for them because, obviously, he can space the floor as an elite shooter at that position. That might end up making them a much better offensive team to have Kleba in there and in the starting lineup. So they lob it into Kleba. Remember, Kleba's a good athlete, can get up high off the bounce. And now let's see what Steph's going to do on that. Oh, he fouled him. They didn't call it. Wow, he got away with one there. So, the Mavericks look really good right now, coming right down and executing. So there, a good challenge, by the way, by KP on the pick and roll. He needs to sink usually, but there he has to come up on Steph. Quick three. Good sign that Richardson hits that one. He has also been shooting terribly. The whole Mavericks, the big three, they're combining for like 23s at below 30%. It's ugly. But again, I don't know if I like what I'm seeing from the Warriors right here. It's just a little bit off. But nice passing there. But they still, instead of a layup, they get a decent look from the corner on Kelly Oubre, who's getting better and shooting better, more comfortable. But they had the ball in the lane, and they give Luka that shot. Look how far he falls forward just to barely get that contact. Again, this is the next frontier they're going to have to fix if they're going to do something about this. But we got Timo, got Jordan, Abdullah. Hey, what's going on? Nice to see everybody over on the Hot Mic app. Check this out. If you download the Hot Mic app and you come on and you request, I think if I press this button, there's a button there it looks like a flame. It will say request to come on the show. Now let me look on my thing here to see. Okay, Abdullah. Okay, do me a favor, Abdullah. I'll bring you in, but let's wait for the first time out where we get some time. Okay, so I got you on that requested list. I'll bring you in a second. Okay, once we'll have a timeout in a couple minutes probably, and then guess what? You'll be all over the YouTube channel. But let's get back to that the shot fake and the jumping completely into the defender. I know Ronnie comes on the show when he defends that because again, the defender is moving into the shooter or whatever. But when you have to do as much as Luka did to make that contact, I just think maybe they go back to saying it's non-shooting foul. But again, if it's in the bonus, then it's a free throws anyway, but wouldn't be 3 on a 3-point shot. So that might be the next iteration. And I don't know if anybody would be horribly upset besides the couple guys that do it. And Steve Kerr is going to call an early timeout. That's interesting. So down 12-2, they got to get something here. And remember, 12-2 is a nothing lead anymore in the NBA. All right, let's go over to Abdullah, who wants to come in the show. Let's see how this works. Plus, I haven't done this before. Okay. Let's see if I can hear him with my volume up. I think it is. Abdullah, I don't see you, but do I hear you there? Uh-oh. I don't hear anything.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, my man?
Hey, how are you, Coach? How are you doing?
Awesome. Isn't this cool? I'm so happy you could be here.
This is awesome. I'm so happy to be with someone as knowledgeable as you. It's my pleasure and honor.
My pleasure. Well, what do you want to talk about?
So, my favorite team is the Oklahoma City Thunder. I want to know your opinion on them.
It's funny because they're actually probably doing better than they wanted to be because they probably wanted to tank and get like a high draft pick for next year. Although I think that they've kind of settled down a little bit. Let me just check the standings. So I like some of what they have going. Again, they have Lou Dort was shooting really, really well. He's kind of come down to earth. But again, I've always liked his game and the fact that he's improved his shooting. Right now, let's see, they're at 9-12. They're almost 500. They're probably better than they want to be at this point with the draft and the picks. But again, there's a good solid base there. And, Shea Gilgeous, we love him, Shea Gilgeous. So they're on the right track. They're building to something. They add in a really good player in the draft. They could probably maybe get a trade in the margin for somebody, and then they'll be right back in the mix.
Okay, so do you think there's a possible chance that they're the 2026 NBA champs?
2026. What is time? Let's see. What time that would be 5 years from now? I mean, geez, that's really hard. But yeah, the Nets will have probably played out their run. The Warriors will be done. There's a couple other teams that are young in that realm. But yeah, they could get in that trajectory certainly in 5 years. But then again, I can almost tell you that almost any team in 5 years might be able to build a championship team. But yeah, why not? Shea Gilgeous could become a bona fide all-star, and they could do it.
Okay, and also, do you think Russell Westbrook is washed now, or what's going on with him?
I'm going to do a really deep dive, but something is off. He doesn't look great. Every once in a while he does, but it's a real mess, and it could be a fit. I know we've seen him play better. Like he had that stretch in Houston last year when he figured out how to play when they were doubling off of him and playing really well like a two guard. I think he's kind of back to playing the point guard position, and that's the issue I've always had with him. So I wouldn't say he's athletically washed per se, but I would say that we might have seen the best of his playing, and it won't get any better than what we've seen in the past, and it only starts to kind of go down, unfortunately.
Okay. So who is your favorite NBA player?
Geez, I don't know if I have one. I have a favorite players list, like Fred VanVleet is on there right away. Everybody, I'm sure in the chat will also tell me, start screaming who else is on my favorite player list. On Twitter, I do that a lot, but I don't know. Let's call him Fred VanVleet. Why not?
Okay.
And the game's starting back up. So awesome.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And also, I enjoy when you always say, can you hear me shaking my head? So,
all right. Well, I hope you won't have to hear me say that tonight, but you never know. I might give it to you.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Take care.
Have a great. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so maybe if I do that, there's that. Okay, so all right, I see some people who were requesting to come on, so do that when next time out, and we'll bring you in here. All right, so we're back after some free throws that I think were missed. So now they do a reversal. They were going to go to Wiggins down low, which is interesting against Doncic, perhaps get a foul on him, see where they can get a good shot down there. Wiggins is doing nicely in this offense this year. Let me just make sure I got everything else going here. Let me quit out of that. Save. Where is? Okay. All right. So I wonder if we're all synced up right now. Are we? It's 8:50 left. There's a time, the stoppage in play. We're looking at Luka holding his hands up. Hopefully you guys can kind of get closer to sync. It's so weird. I thought this app usually syncs. I'm going to check out the comments on the hot mic in a minute, but let me just go through this game. So keeping the comments coming. I'll catch up. All right. A good ball reversal by the Mavericks to Richardson, who's dancing around in the corner. Juan Toscano-Anderson, not a guy who hadn't gotten a lot of time, but looked really good in the last game that I watched him play. He was shooting threes. He was very active. I think he might be taller than I think. He's 6'6", 6'7", maybe. A guy who is, listen, if the Warriors can get some good minutes out of him, a nice welcome, surprise from that. Okay, now watch Oubre. He's guarding Doncic. He always ends up doing stuff in here that ends up being a deflection or a harassment of a player and help him miss. And there's, when you watch Draymond Green getting, in position, he can defend anybody, even KP. So there's Steph. Now you got to be careful here where Steph gets the rebound. Now okay, so good defense. by Luka. Look at that. Forces the miss. Can't get the rebound back, but then, Oubre. You know, it's hard. You go up really, really strong, and then all of a sudden you have to have touch. It's not easy. So they get to switch down low, but those are interchangeable between Mulder and Toscano-Anderson. And there is the Hardaway. Okay, good. Hardaway flick. It was kind of, you see how turned he was to the sideline for alignment, going to his left. So this is not good, folks. 15-2. Well, I'm sure it'll get back to some manageable number here. So there comes Steph around that little screen for the mid-range. Now, Steph's missed a couple in and outs, barely. Those 5 points would make this game a little bit closer, obviously. So, you know what? This is the matchup we didn't know we needed, which was Draymond against Doncic. I like that a lot. The Warriors need to get, some better defense from everybody else. Okay, now that's a bad sign for the Warriors if Doncic is going to be able to pull up from there and nail it like that pretty easily. Remember, Doncic, I think, is below 30% right now in the season. Oh, geez, Louise. Wow. So I like the idea, but that kind of lob is to a guy like to Wiseman, not to who would he throw it to? Toscano-Anderson, I think. That's not going to work. Interestingly enough, I believe his name is Toscano-Anderson, but then I feel like on his jersey it only says Toscano. So anybody want to explain that one to me unless I'm crazy? Okay, so we got Josh Richardson. Oh, stripped nicely by Draymond. Again, Draymond is so active all over the court. You got to be careful. His arms are so darn long that you don't think he can get it, and then he strips you. So it's really it's a impressive influence he has on that defensive end. But again, 18-2. Again, all these really big early leads tend to don't mean a lot, honestly. All right, yeah, Halliburton for sure. I'm really digging what he's been doing. Great, he plays with a good pace. And you know what? He's going to end up selling me on his jump shot, I guess. Okay, inside ball screen between Draymond and Steph Curry, who gets knocked down, and he still hits it. I mean, again, let's look at the replay, how much he got knocked down. But there's Toscano, by the way, like I told you. So maybe his last name is not Toscano-Anderson. He's still a bit of a new player for me. But good, really good screen, good set. And then, yeah, Richardson drifted into him around the backside and knocked him down, or made contact on the way down. And that's, you can see enough contact there to warrant the foul. So that's a good way to get back in this game on a 4-point play. Yeah, this is a weird angle, don't you think? We're a little bit lower than normal from the midcourt. Oh, no, this is an interesting angle anyway, but I even feel like the normal angle is a little bit lower. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, a little pistol action to start with a reversal. And we get a little bit of a weave across the top there. That's not bad. And they covered up nicely by the defense. So, again, Jalen Brunson's another one of my favorite players. Oh, okay, good steal. Again, Curry has that knack for being in the right place at the right time. A little spin move, lefty. Okay, but there's a good example. Oubre was right there. He didn't assume he was going to make it. Had the tip. I don't know how it missed, but he was right there. It's a good tip. It's good energy. And, yeah, that's the kind of shots. It was off to the left. It's a nice angle we have here. You can see Richardson's just not catching it cleanly. It's not coming off the hand smooth. So you can see, Steph. Okay, this is when Steph's most dangerous. The drive, kick out, and the replace. But there you go. There goes Bazemore, who's going to probably do something that's going to drive me nuts out here pretty soon. Okay, so another reversal across the top. They call this delay. I don't even know why they call it delay. I don't like that, but that's what they call it. Into a corner pick and roll. Again, very nice containment so far. We've seen pretty good defense across the board right now for the Warriors. They're just they're hitting shots. Now that he got away with the foul there probably, but that's Draymond's reputation. Oh my goodness, Oubre's got to finish that one. Nice little rip through underneath the defender's arm. Drew the foul, but you kind of got to finish that one once you get up there. You can kind of see the weight of the world of Kelly Oubre, right, in his face. He seems like he's carrying a burden here, and based on his poor shooting start in the beginning. But he shouldn't get down. I mean, I'm in the Kelly Oubre fan club because of all the things he does, the hustle plays, the defense. He makes plays on offense as well that might not even appear in the box score. Little offensive rebound here, an assist there, a hard drive that collapses and kicks, and then there's a hockey assist in there. So when you watch Kelly by himself, you'll notice that he really does have a positive impact across the board, a lot more than a lot other people. Andrew Zhu, friend of the breakdown. Thank you so much for the super chat. Remember, that gets you noticed right away. Better player, Embiid or Davis? Also, another problem is I got to remember to go. Okay, if you, I'll tell you 1 second. I'll get to Embiid or Davis in a second. Oh, I love it. I love the Steph fake on the as he's doing the 1-2 up into the to the layup. Again, so what did I tell you? Now it's 18 and now it's a 9-point lead. They're on the run. They force the Mavericks to call a timeout. That might be a little premature for me. If I were Carlisle, I would not have called that timeout just yet. Oh, but it was a great fake handoff on the weave across the top and then a backdoor cut. I mean, this is the kind of offense you would have seen in the 50s. That's what's so awesome about this is that you're taking a guy with the skill level of Steph Curry and putting him in an offense that was from the 50s, basically in the 60s, and you merge those two together and you get fantastic team play like that. Okay, so where were we? We have a super chat first, and also if you want to join me on the show, we already had somebody come in and have a chop it up with me, Abdullah. We had a great conversation. Download the Hot Mic app. Come on in here and we'll talk. So let's see here. Embiid versus, what was the question? Davis. Yikes. That's a really good question. Do I have to choose between Embiid and Davis? I'll have to just say Embiid. I don't know why. I don't even know why. Something about Anthony Davis leaves me a little bit wanting. But, ultimately, though, when he plays really well, like that's when the Lakers are unbeatable. But I don't know. I think Embiid, for some reason, maybe defensively too, when he's really doing it, I think might be better than Davis defensively. And then I don't know. That's what I'm trying to think. But my audio stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. Can you hear me? Do I sound okay? Let me know in the comments. Let's go to the comments over here on the let's see if I can. Okay, Chris wants to come in. Let's bring him in real quick. Invite to do. All right, what's going on? In 1 second, Chris will come on here and we'll chop it up. What do you say? Oh, I invited, but how does this work? So I invited you, Chris. You probably have to press a button and come on.
Hello. I just have a quick, two questions or
Sure.
3 questions. So my first one is, do you think the Warriors should trade Kelly Oubre? Because yes, he's gone through some tough spots, but tough streaks. But he's also a really good glue guy. So do you think they should trade him for maybe Lonzo?
From what I've heard, because that was a big rumor from the Warriors organization, is I don't think that they're interested in trading him at all. I think somebody called the Warriors and then kind of maybe leaked it to the press, but it was never the Warriors looking to trade him. I don't think they have an interest. Obviously, if it was a really attractive offer, they'd probably hear it for anybody except for Steph and Draymond or Wiseman. But right now, I would not anticipate any kind of trade of Oubre, right now.
Okay, and for the Celtics, they're kind of in a weird position right now where they're good, but they're not championship good. So is there any trades they should make to become a championship contender that are realistic this season? Or do you think it's kind of over for them?
Well, it's a great question. And I think that they have picks. They have enough assets so they could probably put together something, pretty good. I think Kemba is the problem because he's oft injured now. And he seems, I don't know how much they can rely on him. And if they improve that position a little bit, even though Kemba is really good, but we saw I'm dubious a little bit to get into the deep playoffs. So would there be a one player they could trade for out there? I mean, geez, I don't know. I think that they probably need a couple guys. They need somebody probably a little better at the center position too. That could be more of a scoring threat, perhaps. It's an interesting question. I need to really dig deep, but I don't think so. I feel like the James Harden trade was already made. So, barring a trade like that they could pull off, I don't see it happening this year.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You got it. Take care. All right. So there we go. We're back, and the game is back. And I just missed a bucket. Oh well. Somebody else tell me what happened. But I got some shout outs to say hi to people on the hot mic, so I'll get to that in a second. But again, a little bit of a pitch to pick on the right wing into a Kleba shot. And when you get stuck helping one pass away like that, you're going to see a lot of open shots in the wing, and that's just that was an open shot. I mean, I know the guy kind of got there at the release or after the release, but once the guy's bringing the ball up, here comes a little bit of a inverted horns set, sort of double high post. Mulder can stroke it. That wasn't a good shot. He was contested nicely, but he's got a nice shot too. And here comes Brunson, the guy really lefty. It looked like an off foot floating off the backboard. Very hard to do over Draymond. A lot of skill right there. And Brunson, if I'm not mistaken, came out of the Villanova program, right? Am I crazy? Which has produced a lot of skill work. A little pin down for Steph. I like the hop fake now there. Let's see if Mulder can make me look good. There he is. I told you he can stroke it. Give him a little bit of room, and he can do it. And he's got a serious turn as well. If you watch him shoot to get the right hip and right elbow in alignment. There's Steph. Steph is so good with his IQ. Oh, look at that pass. My goodness. The steal. I can't tell which was better, the steal or the pass on that one. And then a nice finish by Bazemore. So great hustle, great energy to get down there quickly. And then a nice little dish by Draymond. So here we come. The game's getting close again. And yeah, so Bazemore lets him go left into the middle of the lane. No help. I'm not sure what's going on with the help there. Maybe we'll see a replay of that and figure out why nobody came over. Probably because a shooter was in the corner. So, there's Bazemore. All right, so Bazemore is being a positive effect here. He goes to the basket, gets a layup. Now he's going hard. Sometimes it's a little dicey when he gets in there going hard and, throws a ball away, don't get a call, but they gave him the call. Yeah, that was too easy, though. There's Bazemore. Like another beautiful look at the finish here. Oh, Draymond wasn't looking. He was so focused on the pin down going on that side. And he was not that far. He would have been there. He got there late, a little bit of the jab. So that's a rare occurrence for there. Your Hulu feed is quite a bit ahead. Uh-oh. I actually paused about 30 seconds so I would let everyone else catch up. So maybe, Christopher, on the Hot Mic app, you can pause a little bit. But let's see here. What's up from Slovenia? Gasper, way to go. I'm sure you're excited to watch your countrymen out there balling. And, okay, so 19, look at that, 25-19, the game, 6-point lead. It's a game again after, 12-2? 14-2 run in the begin. All right, so here we go. Powell's now in. A little bit of a. Oh, I like that. A little pick and roll into handoff. Can Luka do it again? No. His 2-motion shot makes it hard for him to be consistent to find the right timing. Oh, nice pass. Bazemore made it a little bit harder than he needed to, but I like it. I like the overhead reverse layup. That's my favorite way of seeing it shot. And don't worry, everybody, over in the YouTube comments. I'll get to you in a second. So I've talked to some NBA shooters, and they told me that it's the pressure when you're shooting from like the side and behind that really bothers them these days. And to me, it's almost like, well, maybe we can figure out how to play defense more commonly, like to get that kind of angle and be on the side of them more or be behind them more. I don't know. We got to figure that out. But again, nice finish. He's lefty, so he's going to shoot that lefty over his head. So let's see the sideline out of bounds plays. Usually they're pretty clever by the Mavericks. And you can see they got 2 guys in the free throw line, and then 2 guys offset each other, 1 high, 1 low. And, all this to kind of get the ball in for a pick and roll. Ho-hum. Oh, great find by Luka. And, take the foul. I think Powell is not shooting well from the free throw line, so it's not the worst foul that let's hit him hard and make him earn him. And thank you, Smooth Buns. Yes, it's Juan Toscano Anderson. He just wants Toscano. Maybe Toscano Anderson doesn't fit on his back of his jersey. Dallas cannot defend the fast break at all. That is absolutely true. But then again, when you do a live ball turnover like they've been getting, it's no one can stop that usually against a pro team, especially against the team with Steph and Draymond. All right. Remember, if you have the Hot Mic app, we got a bunch of people in here. This is awesome. You can request to come on the show. I'll bring you in at a timeout, and we'll chop it up. I love to hear questions, your impressions of the game is. There's a lot of new apps out there where you can interact and everybody, and I'm loving those where we can have a conversation. And I want to hear from you guys because it's not a channel; it's a conversation. Here we go. 2 free throws, 6-point lead by Dallas. We're getting to the end of the first quarter here. Nice little back screen by Steph. Now you watch Steph. He sets more physical screens than about any other point guard his size. You'll see. You won't see anybody like Dame or those guys setting screens as well as Curry does. And it got a backdoor. He got an opening, but they kind of let him too much. Okay, Spain pick and roll there. And they kind of covered it up okay. The best way I've seen Spain is, and if you don't know what Spain pick and roll is, it's when they set a ball screen on top and there's a third guy who comes and sets a back screen on the ball screener's man. It got muddled up on the Mavericks end spacing wise, and then it got muddled up for the same reason by for the defense, and they couldn't quite get there. Usually, you'll see the big man just drop like almost to the front of the rim and let the other 2 guys switch the ball handler and the third guy screening. That usually blows that up pretty well, but it's not an easy action to stop, and that's why you see so many teams run it. Who was I watching? I just watched another team the other day running it over and over again and getting scores. My mind is mush these days. But a lot of NBA teams run it for that reason. It could have been like maybe Indiana. So Here we have a 7-point lead. Now this is important because the Warriors have come back. They made it the game again. They don't want to get down by too much by the end of the quarter. And that was an ugly shot. Good defense by Powell. I don't know really why Draymond decided to do that. They had Steph coming around. So handoff for Brunson, little 2-man game. Powell was opening for a second, but that was a steal for that should have been a steal. And Hardaway got the 3, almost made it. So here's where they're dangerous. The Curry, oh my goodness. Now he made that. That was really good. I was about to say Draymond, Curry, bad shots twice in a row. But with Curry, there are no bad shots. Let me get the box score out here. Okay. Oh, look at they call that on Curry. Curry pushes the envelope defensively and dares the referee to call it, and he gets away with it more often than not. I would like to see the replay of that because I don't know if he did foul them too much. I mean, down there he's ducking in, he's trying to post up. Usually there's some leeway. Let's get the box scores up here too, just so I can get everybody's stats going. All right. Okay, because we got Damian Lee now in there. All righty. Let's break this out and make this smaller. Make this a little smaller too. I got so many windows open to manage here tonight. All right. So don't forget, we got a good feed going on in the chat over on the Hot Mic app. And if you want to come in, if you're on the Hot Mic, I can invite you, or you come on, you request, and I'll come in. We'll chop it up between first and second quarters. And you'll be on my channel on YouTube. There is Steph Curry with another deep heat check. That was nice of Luka to let Brunson get a rebound. And late pickup of Tim Hardaway Jr., who just fumbled the ball. Great little pass by Draymond. Oh, that was a tough shot. But look at that. We've got good Bazemore. He's playing very well so far. And that's the other problem is you got to figure out how many minutes to play him so you get only the good Bazemore. Another here's Spain pick and roll. See that? Hardaway screening is the third guy. They drop down and they cover that almost pretty well. But here's the problem. Mulder sinks down like he's supposed to, but there's nothing he can do against a 7-3 guy. The only thing you can hope for is to jam the passer and not let him throw that, but he doesn't have to be accurate at all. All right, so here comes, very nice. They get that once a game. Curry coming off a pin down. Both guys go to Curry to the perimeter, and the guy setting the screen just says, oh, thank you, and gets a dunk. And that Curry should get an assist on that, almost, or half an assist. Now, that might have been a zone. Mulder comes all the way over to the ball as mistakenly. Now he's got to get 20 feet over on a one pass away catch and shoot. That's too easy. That's a mistake. Shouldn't do that. Okay, second to last shot. So I bet you'll see Green just go over and ball screen for Curry. There it is. And attack Powell behind the back. Can he get it off? Oh, he gets fouled. Good. Curry is very good also with the veer steps where he can take that last step before he jumps at an angle, get the body, and then bounce away from it to get it off and maybe get a chance to go in. And then he probably saves you to some degree on watch. You can see how that one wasn't much of a veer step, but it was more of a lean in the air. Those are the ones where you kind of get knocked off balance. You can get hurt on those a little bit sometimes. But that's why I always prefer to see the veer step in and then jump away to the opening so you can land safer. Okay. Let's see what we got here in the chat over on YouTube. Okay, 5-point lead, 12 seconds left. You can guarantee that Golden State, our 4-point lead, Golden State's not going to want to give up a basket here. Keep this game close. The Mavericks have been playing poorly. Slip screen, Bazemore stays right with Doncic. This is great. Look at that, forcing a really tough shot, and Doncic slams it off the backboard. Yikes. Doncic likes to turn over that shoulder so it's in line. Two-motion shot, but when you're 15 or 16 feet, it's not that hard to do, but man, he overshot that one. That replay of Steph did not overshoot it. So, okay, come on in. Head over to we got a bunch of people over here in the Hot Mic app lurking. Come on in here. Let's talk a little bit. You'll be on my YouTube channel too. Everyone will get to know you. So let me know if you're going to come on or request. Maybe I'll pick somebody in here and just say, invite you. Joshua, here we go. Let's do it. Okay. What's up? Can you hear me, Joshua? Can I hear you? Is the next question. I guess you have to hit a button to accept. There we go. What's up, my man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, that's great. I was just gonna say I was gonna try to talk about something else, but since I live in Cleveland, I guess I'll just talk about the Cavs.
All right.
I'd say two things. One, what's your take on Andre Drummond? Because I can't stand him. I can't stand watching him play. I wish he would just use his body, his big body, and just back people down and do a post hook because he's not terrible at it, but he always tries to do more. So what do you think?
I feel worse than you do about him. I honestly feel like he could very well be one of the worst players in the NBA. And it's bizarre to say that because he averages what, 20 and 10 or 20 and 14, whatever.
He can rebound.
But I mean, when you look at the misses and the turnovers and some of the shots, it's like, I don't know, man. I can't understand it. I mean, you wouldn't listen. I hate to talk crap about anybody, right? I mean, everyone's amazing in the NBA, but for the NBA, he's not going to help anybody win a game. I swear to God, he'll get his numbers, but so I feel the same way. And I think it's because he tries to do like too much. I think if he, there's a role for him, but someone's training him and trying to give him too much. He's trying to do it, and it gets ugly pretty quickly. I think you'd agree with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, if he would just concentrate on rebounding and setting screens and rolling and I mean doing simple post ups, he'd be effective because he's pretty skilled. It's just like it's frustrating to watch.
Yeah, out of context, he does these weird moves sometimes that are not what he should have been, in the passes and stuff. Because you'll see enough where you're like, oh, look, he can pass, but like it's not consistent enough. And the ones that are off, I know people want to argue all turnovers are the same, but I mean, some of the ones are such bad turnovers and such bad wild shots. It's like this is not happening here. So just tone it down a little bit.
I think the only team, and it's funny because maybe if they trade him somehow, but I think the only team that I could actually see it working for some reason is the Lakers. And the only reason is LeBron, because I think he'd just be like, just rebound and do putbacks and you'll win a championship.
Right.
Maybe you get through him that way, but I don't know if I'd risk it. I mean, Marc Gasol has digressed quite a bit, but I don't know if I'd risk it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a chemistry thing too. I mean, but they had JaVale, and I mean, JaVale's a nice guy. He's not going to be disruptive. I don't think Drummond's disruptive either, so that would be okay. And LeBron will probably take care of that anyway. So yeah, he could be that Dwight role that they had last year, which they're kind of missing this year a little bit. I mean, listen, they're rolling, but that what Dwight gave him last year is something they don't have this year, and that would be something that would replace it for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And one more thing, if we got time. Just our guards. I mean, like I like Colin Sexton and I like Darius Garland. Like on offense, they both have they show good flashes and sometimes more than flashes, especially Sexton on offense. But I love the effort on defense. I love it. Sexton's always going to give all the effort he can, but I don't actually see it ever translating to like good defense. Like I don't know how many points we can give up every game. If it was effort and efficiency, I'd be happy. But
yeah, it's tough because you can play the most amazing defense and the guy still scores, and then it looks bad on your defensive plus minus whatever. I hate defensive stats; none of them make sense to me. But it's not even about winning for them right now, right? So at this point, it's like just let them get the minutes, let them get comfortable, let them develop, more quickly because they're going to be able to make mistakes and not have a pressure-filled situation. I like them. It's a small backcourt, and I don't know if small backcourts are going to be ultimately completely successful. Like you see, like the Blazers, they can be tough. But at some point, if you start guys who are a little small like that, it might be a problem. I think that they're smaller, right? Like both the Cavs, I think, right? Sexton and Garland are both smaller than like Dame and CJ, right?
Sexton might be 6'1". He looks taller because of the hair, but Garland's probably like 6 foot, just 6 foot with shoes. So I mean, you have to make up if you're gonna be decent to below average on defense. You got to really make up for it on offense. And I see Garland making up for it more in the future because he just is so smooth. But Sexton, I don't know. I this year I've liked him more, but I got to see more actual like tenacity and getting the ball. Like if he can just get average like close to 2 steals a game, that's great. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Josh, the game's back on.
All righty.
All right, thanks, man. We'll top it up later. You got it. Thanks. All right, we're back. And so an incredible save by Powell, and then he gets a steal here on a horrible brick by Doncic, but then led to another steal. So the Mavericks came up empty on that incredible hustle here. And we're back on offense. Luka's doing his thing, and they're really harassing him. That's a nice find, although I think Luka might have ended up having like the open shot. Powell with a torn Achilles and coming back. I don't know if you want to lay out like we're going to see here in the replay. That's insane. But hey, great hustle. Now there's an example of where you would dive, right? I mean, I don't know if he had to dive completely Superman style like that, but my whole thing about diving is, the ball is going toward your goal. Like, don't take yourself out of the play by ending up on the ground. Stay on your feet and scoop. Okay, so a little bit of a pistol action that Luka rejects to get into the lane on a smaller guy in Wanamaker. Can't finish. That's not good. He's much bigger and stronger. He's got to finish that. And there goes Lee reverses it to the top. Now, ooh, look at that. Wiggins wanted to attack Kleba. Kleba did a very nice job. Cut him off. Contested. Mid-range. Miss. So a little two-man game on top. Luka, they're going to dare him to shoot. He doesn't take it, the bait. It's early in the shot clock. And now they're going to let him go one-on-one against Anderson. Not bad, not bad. Oh, they gave him the foul. Okay, interesting. Looked like he kind of had his position hands up. Where do they see the foul here? Luka seems, obviously frustrated. He wanted to finish that play. But there's the foul. Yeah, he got off his feet. Good play. Luka, did he push off? Not too bad. All righty. How we doing in the chat over here? Can we get an oof in this chat? Oh, I see somebody highlighted me in the orange. What are your thoughts on Hassan Whiteside? I answered that question on another show I did. I don't know. I think Whiteside ultimately, has moments where he's completely dominating. I just think teams are probably upset with the lack of the consistency on that of his just focus in a way that they don't feel like it's worth it. Oh, now I just missed something. Did they call a technical foul? Some play-by-play I am. I'm going all the comments, and then I missed that looks like a technical foul. I think I'm gonna plug in and listen to the audio feed so I know what's going on. Let's unmute this guy. I'll do one ear. So that was important. They got free throws and it looks like a technical foul. So now, and Steph is out. This is obviously the crucial moments of the game for the Warriors. Low post split. We hadn't seen one, I don't think, all game yet. And there goes Oubre. Beautiful. Takes Doncic. So you could see Steve Kerr, they're not shy about going at Doncic on defense, even though we've seen better defense from him. The key here is, can they get him in foul trouble, right? That's a great way to get him either out of his rhythm, A, and then B, off the floor. Because the offense for the Mavericks has already been struggling. They were an all-time great offense last year, and they're very average this year. You take Luka out of the equation, they don't really have any creators. They got Brunson's probably the only other guy that can create anything off the dribble and for others. So Luka is now out. So now we got Luka and Curry out at the same time, and now we're going to see who wins this battle. Wow. Great contest, gets scored on. So there you go, right? Good defense, better offense by Trey. All right, so the pin down for Oubre was just actually to run a little pick and roll on top. I like that with Wanamaker. Oh, so Oubre is going to be the guy to create, and he does. He lost his balance too, but he actually finishes nicely. Again, he's really gotten himself straightened out. I mean, I know he's still struggling from the three-point line, but he's really contributing nicely. And he's long, he's aggressive, he can guard every position. So Damian Lee got stuck and was late chasing around. And that ultimately leads to an open shot by Kleba, who can't hit it. It was short. Oh, okay. So Trey Burke, I like the attempt. Wanamaker, though, is one guy you don't necessarily need to be too aggressive with in the open court. Just kind of play the position, see if he can finish, over a defender with a little bit of pressure on him. I think I wouldn't have wasted the foul on that one. Thank you, Smooth Buns, for the oof. We got an oof in the chat over on the Hot Mic app. And don't forget, I have on the Hot Mic app, HOTMIC. You can come on the show and you'll be on the YouTube channel. Everyone will get to hear you and talk to you. We'll chop it up. I love it. Are we all now, by the way, caught up or synced or whatever? We're getting the free throw right now. The second free throw just went in by Wiggins. No, by Wanamaker. And now Brunson's bringing the ball up and under pressure against Kelly Oubre. So pin down for, there's the flop by KB. KB's been flopping a lot recently, maybe a lot, all the time. But we've caught him a couple times being like just, ridiculous flopping. I don't think he kind of just falls back, throws his arms up, and he got a call. Good contest. Okay. And there it is. They draw Brunson again. One of my favorite players dropping the ball in from mid-range. So 8-point lead without Curry and without Doncic. Damian Lee has been hitting them. Oh, my goodness. Rolled in and out and then around. You don't often see that kind of a miss. An inch off. And Damian Lee's been stroking it. Can KP hit it from that distance? No. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that exciting right now without Steph and Doncic and these guys kind of going back and forth. This is a chance for KP to get going. Good defense by Bazemore. Again, they're really undersized with KP out there, but he's not enforcing his will. The question comes up from Houston why they shot so early in the clock. I think with this team, the Warriors, the first good shot they can find, they're going to take. It was a relatively open in rhythm three. That's because they don't have the playmakers they would normally have or they used to have. So there's a chance for KP to, duck in is the term there where he can get right in front of Bazemore. It's over. He's trying to reach and he actually contests, but he's, a foot shorter or whatever he is. There's no way he's going to have an effect on that one. So, all right. Anybody wants to come in while we got timeout and ask a quick question? Don't be shy. On the Hot Mic app, we got a bunch of people in here. And we got a good game so far. Let's go through the box score here. I'll actually go to the chat over down on the YouTube. Let's see what we got. We got Warriors talking here. Avdia will be the Wizards' Jimmy Butler in 5 to 7 years. Interesting. Okay, I'm still surprised. I mean, Avdia is still stroking a high percentage from three with a limited dip on his catch and shoots, which I'm surprised, but he's doing nicely. Although I haven't checked in about a week, but he was still 40%. How are the Warriors going to get points with that stuff on the floor? I mean, it's a great question. I think Kelly Oubre is trying to answer that question for you. They have to run their offense and let the offense generate good shots. They should do more, high post action and cutting that way to get, closer to the basket and put pressure on the defense. Let the offense work for them. How do I feel about DeMar DeRozan? I feel okay about him. It's a throwback player, like a Kobe type game of the mid-range stuff. He shoots threes a little bit now. So he's good. He can score. He can, he's a pro, Is he the guy who gets you to deep in the playoffs? I don't think so, but he's good. He's good. And I think the Spurs are kind of maximizing what they can get from him. Now the Mavs are bad. I mean, listen, they're not bad. I was expecting the Mavs to compete for a title this year with the full team. They had some issues, obviously, with COVID and losing players. They're now kind of getting back into the swing of things, and they've been better recently, a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. So you can't say that they're going in the wrong direction. I would imagine within the 5-10 more games, that's what they're going to be looking at to see. Now I'm getting a. You know what? Let's tweet this out and tell everybody that we're here. But I'm getting an interesting text from my dad. He wants me to give him the recommendation of a show I was watching, which I'll give you guys in a second. It's called Derek Delgadio's In and of Itself. It's a really interesting show, one-man show that was on off Broadway, they filmed it, and it's really compelling. It's basically a magician kind of on stage. But he tells stories, and then he talks about how card sharks do their shuffling. It's amazing, and he shows you. Okay, we got a super chat. Thank you so much from Beast Mode. You get to become GM for the Heat. What moves do you make to get them back to the finals? Keep the shooters to answer Brooklyn or get more defenders? Oh, wow. That's a great question. If that's the focus is, you need a guy that can defend Kevin Durant and who can shoot threes. Who is that besides LeBron, right? Or I don't even know if he's the guy to defend Durant anymore. That's the answer is you need a guy who's long, who can defend Durant. I would almost say like a Bridges, Mikal Bridges over in Phoenix. He can shoot the three. He's long. He can play defense. That might be the guy. Weirdly enough, that could help them the most. Oh, and the game's back. Bazemore on the I love it. Bazemore just shot a shot. I'm sure he's taken 1,000 times on the high post split curl for a, Steph makes that into a 3-pointer. Bazemore turns it into a 15-footer. Okay, again, we're getting into the 21 series here on the left wing, back into a pick and roll. I like that. See, and again, KP sets the screen, and then they hit him, so I'll give him that one, I guess. But he reacts, kind of vociferously. So we're gonna get Mulder back in the game. It looks like. So I hope I answered your question, Beast Mode. Off the top of my head, gun to my head, I would say it's Bridges. I guess there's somebody else out there. I'm sure I'm missing. But he's somebody they might be able to get. Maybe, but Phoenix might like him way too much to trade him. Ben D'Souza, I am in. Okay, high pick and roll, Draymond. We're seeing mostly just Curry, Draymond pick and rolls. And there's the Bazemore quick three. See, look what Oubre just did, right? Fought for the rebound, got the loose ball, could have maybe gotten a steal. You never know. Goes out of bounds. Now they can set up on their defense, organized without getting beat early. Wait, did Al Addles die? Why are they showing images of him? So now they're looking. At least they got Draymond in there to guard KP. So that's a better matchup because I would think that Draymond Green's hand up because he's got such long arms is something that could bother KP when he contests the shot. So down by 10, they got Curry just has to hope doesn't get too out of hand when Curry goes to the bench. Here's another low post split. Now they're going to the low post splits. There's the Curry three that Bazemore turned into a jump shot from 15. Curry gets the three, nails it. A shot he's taken 1,000 times, 10,000 times. And there's Brunson. And now I like that. Force him baseline underneath the basket doesn't kill you. And then they get the long rebound off the brick from KP. Yeah, that's not a shot you can get over KP real easily, an Oubre shot. But look at there's Bazemore making another play. Splash and one. Thank you so much. Super chat on the YouTube side. Really very generous. Thank you. He wants to say, should Warriors use disabled player option on who? On Clay? Didn't they do that? I thought they did do that. I thought they applied for it and they got it for Clay, or they maybe haven't gotten it yet. They should, without question. If Clay was healthy, would they still go for Kelly? I think he'd be, Kelly would probably be even better because his role shifts into like a different kind of role, less of expected of him, less pressure, and another player that would take a lot of the pressure off of him and all the focus off of him, and he can then really find openings. Look there's Oubre, full court press on Richardson, making him turn him a couple times. You look at it, he's even pesting him on just the entry pass, pushed KP higher than he wanted to be. It's great stuff. I think Oubre needs a video. Okay, good. And there's Oubre rotating. And look at that. All right, Oubre was there to protect the rim. Did his best. Kid Kinsey, right now on the clock, we're going to free throws for KP. And the clock says, just so we can all get synced up here. Of course, I can't see the clock yet. I mean, I can go to real time, but I felt like if I slowed it down a little bit, I wouldn't be ahead of the guys using League Pass on the browser. 4:48 left in the second quarter. So I should be about, 30 seconds, maybe a minute tops behind, I think. I'm so bad with a trade thing when people want to know what are the trades you see. I'm never up on that. I'm always focused on X's and O's and players and whatever. Every once in a while, an idea hits me. All right, 7-point lead. This is the real crucial stretch here where the Warriors are going to want to nibble that lead down. Oh, my goodness. And there's Curry for another 3. Look at that, pure on a hop. I'm a big hop guy, and you can see how he can gather himself and get his energy in the proper direction on a step back of the hop. So it looks like Curry might have, kicked his foot out on the backside. But again, there's a pinch post action at the left wing. A lot of times you'd see that kind of play at the elbow or elbow extended. That way they do it way extended to the wing, and Curry's been killing it from there. So, yeah, I mean, right now they're kind of trading 2s for 3s, which is the Warriors game. Taco Man feels Clay should retire after next season. That seems kind of, extreme. He's gotten a couple of years off. Like, he should add them to the end of his career. Oh, you know what? I forgot to go over to the dashboard. Okay, we're getting up to the halftime, so we can all chop it up here. So I want to hear from you guys. If you're over on YouTube and you want to talk to me, come on the darn show, because you can't do it on YouTube. Head over to the Hot Mic app, log in, find me, B-Ball Breakdown, and let's chop it up. I want to hear from you. There's the Bazemore we all know and love. Off balance, got hit, no call. He's not going to get that respect, but great steal by Draymond to step in. Bazemore gives it up. See, that's the problem, is what's Wanamaker going to do with it there, and KP on top of him. Bazemore on that one would have been a lot wiser. Just go to the basket and finish. Will we ever see another player like Curry, David asks. I think so. I think we're going to see a bunch of Currys sooner than later. See, there was an interesting idea. Yeah, Kelly should not, should not have bumped down that low off of his man, which is Kleba of all people, who's shooting 41% from the 3-point line. Nice take by Steph. Lefty hook, a little bit of like a running hook to get out of the way of KP, who would have hit the rim if he tried. I guess Oubre would have maybe touched him on the elbow. See the replay of that one. There was a veer step, by the way. We just saw a step to the veer. Watch the let's see, it's gonna be the right step. You see how he did it towards the right sideline and then veered back out away for the left hand hook shot. Beautiful. It gets him space because they don't want to foul him, but it also gives him an area to land. So it helps to get space to release it. But again, the key for me is that it's you see how easy it was for him to land and not get beaten on and potentially injured. Touching the palm, man, that seems a little bit dubious. Okay, another high pick and roll. You can't say they don't run pick and rolls for Curry. They've been running them all night, and he's been cooking. Jeez Louise. All righty, so 4-point game. They keep chiseling away here. Good rotation to cover for that by Lee without having to get out into a mismatch situation. They're going to let Draymond go one-on-one against KP. They'll give him a couple baskets down there, I suppose. Probably in the second half, third, fourth quarter, you might see them double that. Oh, there's Nick Basketball wants to know my take on the Kevin Durant situation. I mean, it sounded screwy with the whole, is he exposed or not exposed? And if he is, then he can't play. All right. It was very strange. But then I guess they knew he was exposed, let him play until it was a positive. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird and crazy, but this is what's going to happen. I'm sure we'll see it again. Wait, was that another hop shot? All right, so we got a timeout here. Did he hop into that? Let me see that. I like watching Steph shoot. Yeah, so you can going to his right, he hops, lets both feet in the air, and then can spring off the ground. If you notice, if you pause it, when he on his hop and his both feet lift off the ground, when they come back to go in the jump, his heels never touch the ground. He stays on his toes, the balls of his feet. Yeah, whose foot was that off of? Oh, yeah, that was off of Draymond's foot. Okay, timeout. Anybody want to come on and ask a question? Let's see here. Who's the Mavs' third best player? Let's see. Luka, KP. I mean, I suppose they want it to be Richardson, but he's not been playing great. So, it could be Kleba. No, I think maybe Hardaway. Hardaway, when he plays and is hitting, is really pretty damn good. I might go with Hardaway. Robin says, who's the Mavs' third best player over on the Hot Mic app? So download the Hot Mic app. I probably should have put it somewhere in there. You know what? Maybe I'll add it to the. I'll edit the description. And I'll put the link in there. Let's do that. Let's tell everybody over on Twitter where I am here. Where is the share button? Copy that. Okay. Okay. I just edited the description. I wonder if it's going to pop up live. It should. And let's tweet this sucker out. Okay. So anybody wants to come in? We've got a bunch of people here in this view and on the Hot Mic section. Request to chat. Maybe you know what? I'm going to what if I do this? Invite. Let's invite everybody. I guess I can only do one person at a time. What happens if I do this? Invite as a guest. Smooth Buns. Is that who I just invited? Or are you ready to come on? Will that work? Oh, I see. So I'm invited. I'm waiting for you to respond. So let me know if you want to come in and we'll chop it up for a minute. And if you're over on YouTube, if you want to talk to me, I know it's not easy when you watch live shows on YouTube. You can't ever interact, with anybody. You can now do that. I can bring you in the show. It'll on Hot Mic. It'll bring you right back to YouTube, and everyone will be able to hear it. So it looks like you guys don't want to come in yet, but someone will do it. I'm sure. I won't bite. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what we have on the box score. So obviously Curry is just lighting it up with 22, and then Bazemore with 16. That's actually almost like a quiet 16 to me. A couple threes, 5 buckets overall, but very nice job so far. Oh, Curry is 24. You know what? I guess am I that far behind? I missed the Curry shot. Yeah, coming out in the zone, and they a little bit of a contested three. To get a win by Kerr. This is where the Kerr-Carlisle, chess match is happening. Okay, so now what are they going to run for Curry here? Let's look at a little floppy. Oh, look at that. So, again, Curry sets the back screen, and a very physical one gets him out of there, and Oubre's man gets taken out, and then beautiful lob by Draymond. That's a call out of a timeout. That's awesome. Zone to get the stop, and then a dunk on the other end. That's winning the coaching game, another zone again. Then that was not good. They like to play Steph on the forward of the 2-3 zone, but he can't come up and guard the wing because then the corner is open, and that's what happened. A quick pass for one pass away, and boom, it's an easy shot from the corner. Speaking of easy shot in the corner, League's got to hit that. Beautiful pass. Okay, so Doncic gets in there. They didn't give him the foul, interestingly. But nice off-foot runner, right foot jump, right hand finish. So that hurts though because the Warriors had an open three they could have hit, and instead they miss it and they give up the shot. But the defense for the Mavericks does not look great. I guess you can argue that it looks even worse for the Warriors. Although in the beginning it was decent, they just were hitting shots. Yeah, that's tough. When Draymond's got to help off on a drive, that's KP's cleaning up all day. All right. Whoa, that was a. How did that get through? How did Draymond's pass get through across the middle of the lane? How many threes does Steph have? Steph has 7 already. 7 for 10. He's got a full game of threes in a half, less than a half. Wow. I kind of wish I was on Twitter, like sharing all these shots. But welcome everybody who just joined us over on on the Hot Mic app. We're doing this live. We're watching the game live. It's the Warriors Mavericks. Right now we're at 28 seconds left in the second quarter, and yeah, high pick and roll again. Another pick and roll between Steph and Draymond. Oh my God, Steph's not. Oh my God, he hit that shot. He like lost the dribble, was falling down, just got enough of a shot. You can tell he's got everything in sync. He's got the legs, the knees, the ankles, the hips, the elbow, and the wrist, all in perfect sync. And Doncic, wow, that's a tough shot off of 1 foot. And, oh, he didn't do it. I thought Oubre had a chance. He had to kind of shoot that earlier. But hey, again, wow. So imagine without Steph, what they'd be at. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. We just finished the half. I'm behind by like a minute or so. So you tell me if I need to like speed up or all. I just kind of made it a little bit slower so everybody on every kind of streaming platform would be synced up because I know that the League Pass tends to be behind, right? Tom, the solution would be just pause your TV for a minute. But if enough people tell me just go skip ahead to sync with the TV, I'll do that. Let me see how far back I am. It's hard. I don't know if I can tell. It's not going to tell me. But you know what? I can. Here, I'll jump ahead a little bit. Oh, you know what? So I was like a minute and a half behind. Now I'm completely caught up. We could try that. Right. I did that. I was behind on purpose. Let's try this. I've now caught all the way up. I'm now at the absolute, watching the Carfax commercial. So, all right. What happens if I do that? Okay. Anybody? All right. Let's bring some people in. What do you say? Who wants to come on and talk it up? We have the whole halftime now to chop it up, talk about the game, talk about an NBA, whatever you like. What do you say? Don't be shy. I know it's just like 1,000 people on YouTube with us, but hey, is that how many people are there? No, not that many people. So it's not. Don't be shy. I guess Smooth Buns does not want to come in, so let's just remove him out there. But anybody else? Okay, let's get into some of the chat in here. I'll do some of the interaction over on the text chat while we're doing that. But remember, download the Hot Mic app. Come on in here and watch the game with us, and then come on the show, and we'll chop it up. Let me see if this will work. Okay. Oh, what happened there? Okay, so Bucks Cavaliers. Bucks looks like they're hammering the Cavs, which is not a surprise. Let's get to, do I like ramen? I guess I like ramen, but I'm kind of doing the gluten-free thing these days, so I can't eat it really. So, Smooth Bones is talking to a lady friend. All right, hey, you do you. I don't want to get in the way of talking to lady friends for sure. And I know this, by the way, if you're over on YouTube, because he's talking to me on the chat on the Hot Mic app, which is going to get a little priority. And if you want to come on, hit over there. Is Isaac Bonga still a top 10 player in the league? No. Isaac Bonga is not a top 10 player in the league. Neither, by the way, is Rudy Gobert. Someone really tried to disrespect me on Twitter because I didn't believe he'd be a top 10 player. I'm sorry. Rudy Gobert is not in the top 10. That top 10 is a really good list, and he's not in the top 10. Robin, let's see here. The Mavs going to make the playoffs. I'm getting worried. You should be worried because it's math at some point. The Mavericks right now, let me open up the standings. The Mavericks are, not counting this game, are 9-14. 14th in the Western Conference, and 3.5 games behind the Golden State Warriors. So it's not like 3.5 games is insurmountable. But what you have to look at is they're winning 39% of their games. There are only 72 games in the season. You have to imagine to make the playoffs in the West, you have to be a little bit above 500. So let's get the calculator out here because I'm going to tell you right now how likely this is. So 72 games. They've already played what 25 games. They're like beyond a quarter of the way through. So let's just pretend if you 72 games and you got to win a little. You got to win, I don't know, 50. Let's just call it 52% of the games to make it, right? So that means you got to win 37 games out of the 72. So 37 games minus however many they have so far, which is 9. That means they have to win 28 games. I know this is getting confusing. I'm going to write this down so I don't screw this up. They have to win 28 games. Now, Mavericks need 28 more games. Now, how many games are left? They played 25. So, no, right? They played 25? No, is that right? They played 25. So 72 minus 25 is 47. So they have to win 28 of the next 47 games. Now, that winning percentage is 28 divided by 47 is about 60%. So they basically, and so far, they've only been able to win 39%. So you're talking about winning 60% of the games. Not bad, but if they screw around a little bit more and they continue to stay 5 games below 500 for a little while longer, then, and that way, I'm just talking about just barely making the playoffs at 8th, right? And by the way, but if they did that, they'd be playing at a pretty high clip. 60% would probably be around the 4th best team overall for a season. But there's no room for error. There's no room for a twisted ankle that someone's out for 5 games. You know what I mean? Like you can't, that's the problem. So, it's getting a little bit less likely for a team that I thought was going to compete for a championship this year. Meanwhile, they kind of look that way right now. Their offense looks incredible. 72 points in the first half. Their defense looks not so incredible as the Warriors got 64. But I mean, geez, 30 of those points were from Curry. I would say of his 7 threes, I don't know, 5 of them were like, what? Certainly that last one he had going to his left was like, are you kidding me? What plays do you run to create open shots for a primarily mid-range shooter? I think what we see from what the Warriors run, they hit the ball in the low post and screen, and the guy comes around in the mid-range. We saw Bazemore hit that shot. That's a pretty good example of what you'd run because the ball's coming out from the basket area, from the low post. Otherwise, pin downs where he curls, those are also ones we see KD get a lot. Paul George gets a lot. So those pin downs near the block or a little bit higher. Depending on where that pin down is where the shot ends up coming from. Let's see here. What else do we have? Who else is initiating offense and playmaking besides Doncic? Brunson's the only guy that has that ability. And he's more of like a shooting guard too. He's not really the guy who's going to like play make and throw dimes all over the place. You could say that Richardson tries to do that, but I don't think it's his strong suit. Richardson's best when he's being set up and he can catch and shoot and then split and go after someone else has broken the defense down initially. So that's the problem. Then they don't really have that. And it's working for them okay, but if you shut down Doncic, it's nice to have a second or a third guy that really can be elite at creating. Not every team has that, but that's what helps. So my mid-video ads are top tier. Thank you, Westrup. I really appreciate it. We're going to get a whole new round of ads coming up, I think, coming up in February. So stay tuned for those. Those are always fun. And thank you for the nice comments on my content. It's we're in the dog days of the season where it's like a slog, right? We're kind of stuck at the Super Bowl's tomorrow. Let's get that finished, and then we can kind of get towards the midway through part of the season. Thoughts on KP? Let's go look at the box score. He's 4 for 12 for 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He's doing okay. I don't think he's had enough of an effect against those small lineups that he can. A little bit, but he should be, completely dominating, getting a great shot and scoring every time down. A little bit of a fault is on the team because they have to set him up. He doesn't necessarily create off the dribble himself, but he's doing okay. I think the Mavericks are probably pretty happy so far with having their 8-point lead and ready to build on that. But and they're probably going to be, most guys you'd say are going to cool down, and Curry is not going to go do what he did. But Curry can, who knows? Curry can go another 7 for 10. We'll have to see. Now here we have, I didn't end up watching the Nets game because it wasn't the national game, and Kyrie wasn't playing, and KD isn't playing either, right? As a result, the Sixers are just handling the Nets, so that would have been kind of a yucky game. Meanwhile, we got Jokic going up against the Kings. Now Denver deserves a video too because we have to figure out exactly what's going on with them and why they're playing so crappy. I don't know if it's clear. Anybody in the comments want to give me some ideas and help me start doing my homework? Trace McSorley, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for watching. Watch him twice. Watch him 3 times. And by the way, come on over to Hot Mic. Let's chop it up. I want to hear from you guys. I want to talk to you guys. I don't need to talk the whole halftime. Let's see. At what point age would you say an NBA player can't learn good shot mechanics anymore? I used to think it was like in high school at some point it's too late, but that's nonsense. I don't think there is an age. I think, and by the way, I think that's indicative of why you see some of these older guys like kind of get better at shooting because they've adjusted their mechanics enough to the point where they can make it. Let's see. Nicky could if he keeps going. Absolutely on the Steph thing. Thoughts on ASG being canceled? All-Star. What? The All-Star game got canceled? I thought it was being played. Did LeBron do a who's the guy that snaps his fingers and half the people die? Oh my God. You know, the big blue guy. I missed that. I was kind of not paying attention today. So if that's the case, wow. I mean, I think it's probably good. They weren't going to have people in the stands, but they could probably do the actual All-Star game, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen a team let me down so many times for taking my talents to the Lakers where they know how to win championships. Okay. I don't think I know any Warriors fans who become a Lakers fan. That's a weird connection. Hey, Coach Nick, I'm a huge fan of your work. Thank you, Amar. I really appreciate it. What did the Mavs see in Richardson? How can you take him over Seth Curry? Now, that's a great question. So Seth Curry, and he deserves a video as well, I have never seen a guy. I do some charting and look at some three-point shots for some of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. I've never seen the percentages he's putting up in some of these categories. He is scorching. Now, overall, is it 50% still? Let's see. I think he was at 50%. Let's check that right now. Seth Curry. But, who knew? But you know what? Seth could do some things in the court besides just shooting. He's at almost 49%. He's just on fire. But who knew Seth, he could create a little bit off the dribble. And he really added another dimension of spacing for them, which they're clearly lacking right now when you have KP, Doncic, and Richardson all shooting 30% or lower on over 6 attempts a game each. You're talking about like 23 points attempts a game that are suboptimal three-point shooting. That's killing them for a lot of reasons. Spacing, just coming back empty on those possessions, long rebounds, the whole thing. The Nuggets defense is bad. Okay, Thanos. Thank you. Gosh, I love all the Marvel movies too. I'm upset with myself. He's purple. I would say isn't he more of a bluish? Is he purple? All right. Michael Porter Jr. needs to develop a bit more on defense. He certainly does because he could be a KD 2.0 without question. So, I believe Robin was saying I was giving credit to Seth Curry for his finishing at the rim last year. I think so. I mean, I know I give credit to Steph Curry all the time for his finishing, but yeah, wait, that sounds familiar. I was sharing clips on Twitter and stuff like that. That sounds familiar. That Seth was doing a really nice guy finishing. So yes, he really was an effect, and they really, they traded for him, Richardson. I have a feeling they looked at Richardson and said, "Oh, he's a bigger player. I'm sure we can get him to shoot, 38, 39%." But it's not happened that way. And he hasn't fit in nearly as well as Curry. And that happens all the time, especially with older thinkers. And they've got the Mavericks probably have some older guys who would dismiss Seth, because he's like too small. It's kind of like the Moneyball. Abdullah wants to come back in. Let's bring him back in. Just got to hit the button and accept. And here we are. Abdullah, what's going on?
Not much. Okay, my Nets right now are getting beat up.
Your Nets are getting beat up?
Yeah, like destroyed. Embiid is dominating. Curry's hitting his shots. Danny Green can't miss somehow.
Yeah. Well, it's really tough when you're missing Kyrie and KD, right?
Yeah, but Harden can get 30, 35, but and Tyler Johnson for some reason still plays basketball.
Oh, Tyler Johnson's playing well?
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not. Okay. I always liked him, by the way. I thought he was going to develop into a really legit player. I don't know, something happened to him, I guess.
Yeah, what happened to DeAndre Jordan?
Oh, I think DeAndre Jordan is doing what DeAndre Jordan does. Gets his lobs and gets box a shot or two maybe, and I don't think he's anything more than what he is, right? Which is and I think because he can't do much on offense besides those things, they find him they need to go small to match up with other teams, and so he only gets his 18 minutes a game.
Yeah. Also, my favorite team in the West, the Rockets, were on a win streak recently.
Yeah. You know what? I got to do a video on them because I kind of haven't dug in. I got to figure out what's going on with them and why they're winning. I mean, they're playing some easier teams a little bit, but that doesn't mean that they just are going to win those games easily, and they are.
Also, they're not just winning. A lot of the games are like blowouts.
Yeah. I would imagine when we look, they're probably making a ton of threes, right? And they're shooting a high percentage. So
I expect them to come down to earth.
Yeah. But listen, Abdullah, the game just started again, so the second half. So let's get to it, and we'll talk later.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Okay. So we're back. Let me turn the little volume up here. Okay. So they're trying to switch that on a pick and roll high and get Curry on Doncic, which they have, but they go away from him for the corner three. So this is important here. The Warriors need some stops. They need some scores. Get back in this game. Excuse me. Somebody bring me some water. Again, there's that Wiggins attacking Doncic down low, and he nice little step back in the post on the face up. Wow. Oh, great hedge by Draymond. That could have been a steal. These arms are so long, he gets so many deflections. Oh, and he gets the steal on. Look at that. He comes all the way over, and then he throws it away. You knew that was happening. He dribbled right into a crowd. Yeah, that's got to drive a coach crazy. He gets a great steal. They're going to turn it into 2 points, and he just throws it away. And you could tell a mile away he was going right into that crowd. He's going to get deflected. Now, can Curry just – he's still on, folks. This is amazing. Isn't this amazing? We're all going to remember this night. Oh, that's so funny. As Breen says, we could be seeing history tonight. Yes. I think Curry is going to go for the record. I think Clay has the record for most threes in the game. It's 12, 14. Oh, Draymond is off now. That was not a bad backdoor cut. It wasn't easily open, but that was a little bit more of a finesse. He needed to throw a little higher arc, softer. But Kleba's got to be up earlier and closer on that pick and roll. So Luka, heat check, and there it is. So he's trying to match. Look, this is going to be a fun game. He's like, okay, I can do that too, Curry. His 2-motion shot, he can catapult it up there, and if he's open, without a defender near him, he can get that rhythm and find it. But how often is he open like that? The Warriors, need to get a lot better at getting around there and stop that. So let's see. We'll see here on the handoff. It's a pinch post action. He had all the time to set up, see the rim. He take all the time in the world he wants, and that he'll knock those down for sure. Oh, nice take. Wiggins again. This is probably the best we've seen Wiggins play in his career. Oh, okay, great. Scram switch out of there to get a bigger player on KP, but then the great ball movement. So now, that's a great choice by Doncic to pass up that three, but they don't get them. They get a better three, but they can't knock it down. Can't hit them all, folks. Good ball movement. And there's Oubre. Wow, that's got to feel really good for them to see him hit that one. This is going to be fun, guys. This is going to be a lot of passing, a lot of movement, it looks like, in the second half. Oh, my goodness. Is he going to make that? Great flyby by Draymond. The question is, can he get back into play? Great. Okay, this is really good hustle by the defense, and they still give up the three. What do you know? Your stream is behind, Timo? Okay. Should I pause? Oubre. Now, listen, we're going to see records for threes made broken across the board here. This is insane. And the ball is pinging now. I mean, when the ball does that, the defense can't do much besides just run and hope to get a hand up. So they're switching the pick and roll. Draymond erases the roll. And there's the shot. Oh, see, like that's what we're talking about with Luka. He can hit those, and all of a sudden he airballs one or slams them off the backboard. Those are demoralizing. And the reason why is because a two-motion shot dissipates all the energy he creates. He almost doesn't need a jump because the jumping is not giving him any extra energy from there, the way it launches. Good hands here, but then a great find by Kleba. Oh, he's that hot that he can just about hit one on a foul from behind. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause because it looks like people who are maybe on League Pass are always behind by a little bit. I'm going to pause for 10 seconds. Are you ready? 1, 2. Okay, so now we're back. 8:21 on the clock. Curry's about to shoot his first of 3 free throws. So, Timo, there you go. I'll be a little bit closer. And by the way, if you were completely caught up on the TV, then just pause for 10 seconds too, and we'll all be right. Curry is so on tonight. I think the expression is he's so hot right now. And then the other phrase would be, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Oh, Trace, sorry. All right, I just paused it for 10 seconds. Now that you guys are, do I have a hot mic code? Great question. I don't know. I think I have a code. I look in the description. There's the link that should take you right to this if you're looking for the show. And that's right, Zoolander. That's one of my favorite movies. Okay, so what we have here, they're looking for the handoff into a ball screen for KP, but he rejects it, knocks a guy over, and hits the shot. This is going to be a fun game, guys. The ball is just falling in the rim over and over again. That was ugly, by the way. I don't think I liked that drive by KP much, but it was effective. It ultimately worked. So that was going to be a ball screen for him in the inside ball screen. He rejects it. And, yeah, Oubre's trying. That one didn't work well. Where's Bradley Beal going? It's a great question. I mean, they're going to probably have a fire sale, right? And then that's the question. You know who could really use him? I guess they have Drew Holiday right now, but I almost feel like Milwaukee could use him. I don't know if they have the assets. You know who could use him is the Celtics too. You know what? That might be an interesting play. Let him kind of run a point. I wouldn't mind. You know what? I like that. I like Bradley Beal in Boston. So you watch Doncic. He's very crafty with that off arm to get space, and they don't call it. And that's another good look. There's a good looks abound. A lot of good passing, though. No. Oh my God! And look at the dance after that. Oh my goodness gracious! I gotta screen cap that and tweet that. I'm sorry. You have to bear with me for a second because that's just too good, and I can't pass that up. That was insane. Hang on for 1 second. Now I'm going to jump back real quick and record this. Hang on for 1 second. There we go. I mean, that's a 45-footer, and the net barely moved. But look at the dance. I love it. Wow. To cut it to 1. I mean, has anyone else been that hot? I've been that hot before. Like I actually have, like where I could literally pull from that far. It's an amazing feeling. I wish it's a way you can simulate that every single time, but that's insane. All right, let me export that and then get my. I'll put this right to YouTube. You can watch me how I tweet. Uh-oh, where did it go? Where did I save it to? I thought I saved it to no. All right. All right. So are we all caught up now? I mean, I don't have to go back any further? All right, so you're going to be able to, if you're on Twitter and you follow me, I'm like tweeting it right now. You'll be able to see me tweet it, and then you'll see it on the timeline. Did I play organized basketball? Come on, of course I did. I mean, I played on a really great high school team. I was going to play Division III, and then I visited University of Wisconsin before, during my senior year, and I fell in love with the place. And I ultimately was a basketball manager for the team. So. I was, you know who I was like? I played a lot like Nash. I was a really good shooter, so I should have played a little bit more like Steve Kerr, but I try to play like Steve Nash more. And in college, I got better at that, but in high school, I would have been much better if I was a Steve Kerr kind of guy. But I was a really good shooter. I could pass pretty well. I wasn't like a great ball handler, and even now, I'm like, it's always more of this about efficiency. I'm not going to do all the crazy stuff. But so, what was my career highs? I don't know. Like in varsity, there was 3 guys who were kind of like D1 level on my team. And so all I could do in varsity was just like bring the ball across half court and give it to them. I almost never got a pin down. The JV level before that, I was like, really good, but I just never got a chance to score too much in those games. So I don't have, I think I probably had a highs in assists that, were 5 or 6 in the game. But as a 3-point shooter, it was frustrating because the offense, we really ran it. I never got a chance to really like have a drive and a kick and I could catch and shoot. Never. I was always a guy who had to bring the ball up under pressure. And once the pass went in, I wouldn't really see it much after that. But we had a good team, so that's all I had to do. That's all I could do. Let's see here. But I was like the really smart coach on the floor kind of guy. I was the best defender. I could really shut down guys. I was actually kind of quick laterally, believe it or not. I could jump a little bit. Do you think that Steph will beat again his career high this game? Let's see. What is his career high? 60? Did he get to 60 whatever the other day? Yeah, he should get it. This if the game stays close. Yes. Yeah. It's amazing when that happens. Now, Steph, I feel like trains to get in the zone. We don't even hear that phrase that much anymore. But to be in the zone, which is in now, like if you don't believe in the hot hand, then just shut your mouth and watch this game. This is a perfect example. Something is different, right? Even though he's a great shooter, it's different. And then Luka did a little bit of a veer step too to get into the body of Draymond. Draymond has been pretty reserved, at least in the face of these calls, not arguing too much. But by the way, that's when you're at your best. Look at Steph Curry's expression on his face, the rhythm. He's not playing like he's got smoke coming out of his ears, like he's angry and mad and like trying to play 100%. He's playing at his optimal speed, which is probably like 85, 90%, under control, on balance. That's how you unlock this for most people. Draymond might be the only guy I know that you can scream, yell when you're pushing and get him all angry and he can still perform. But we're talking about optimal performance. That's just why new coaches now, we have to get away from what I grew up with and when I actually started coaching, which was like fire and brimstone, screaming and yelling. All right. Now, remember, the best way to get Steph open now is to give other players. Oh, my goodness gracious. What is Jeff Van Gundy doing? I think Jeff Van Gundy it looked like he needed to paddles. So it looked like he was having some sort of seizure. So Robin wants to know how we train to be in the zone. So, it's almost like, the beta waves of your brain, whatever, alpha waves and getting into that state, the flow state. The way I've seen people talk about it psychologically, the psychological aspect of training would be strobe glasses, really basically disrupting your visual inputs, which, oh, look at that great double by Draymond, by the way, because, that's the fear of an Iverson cut, which I talked about when I had my live show last week. The offensive player to receive the ball is looking away from the basket, so he's got to then catch it and find the basket and go. But he also doesn't see anybody creeping up like Draymond just did to we get a quick double team. So to disrupt the nervous system as much as possible while they're training, then when you take off all of those impediments is when all of a sudden if the game feels so much easier. Wow, that's what they're going to have to do against KP. He's so big down there and tall down there. That's too bad why they don't have Wiseman. Wiseman's going to be an all-star. Oh, another. Okay, remember I told you once a game. It's twice a game tonight. The pin down for Curry. Curry brings both guys with him because he's so hot. The screener is just standing there for a dunk. They could do that probably 2 more times tonight. All right, now that great KP, making his presence known down low. And that's going to hurt the Warriors. They can't give this offense a lot of second chance opportunities. So now we got Curry on Doncic. What's he going to do? He's going to and he gets him. All right. And now that was a bad foul. 0.7. He's just got to kind of let him go, especially because you know that Doncic with those kind of shots is not a good shooter. And this is sort of what Doncic is now doing. And they're going to adjust to this, I think, pretty soon and not get in the air for that kind of stuff because it's worth it to let him shoot it. What grade would I give Steve Nash so far? That's a good question. I think he's been dealing with a little bit of like an inconsistent roster. I think that I give him a B, a solid B. Yeah, I mean, listen, he learned about not fouling when you're up by 3. Now he's doing it and they're winning doing that. That's a good sign. Maybe he watched my video. Am I going to be in the locker room tomorrow? I am. Nick Basketball. Great question. I guess I'll plug that too. I have a locker room show. So there's another app called Locker Room, which is like a radio show. I love it. People call in on that one. I would love for you guys to come. I do it at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. I was 11. Now I'm doing 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern. Come join me on the Locker Room app. All right. Now let's see. Curry not forcing it, and Oubre wide open. Now there might have been a little bit too much arc on that one. It's harder to control that. But make sure, if you want to come, we'll be talking about this game. We'll be talking about a lot of things on the Locker Room app tomorrow. Yikes! It looks like they reset the clock on that one. They shouldn't have, but at least it went back to the Warriors. Because otherwise, 14 seconds had no, I don't even know how much time was left. So that they were in danger of getting the shot clock violation. But okay, motion weak. No, they're running a little bit of flex action for Steph on the weak side. See, that's a problem. You got to be able to throw, a simple low post entry pass and not throw it away. Great find by Doncic. That was Curry. Curry fell asleep on the weak side cut. Nice cut by Hardaway, but really great pass by Luka. So, a little bit of a run. It's only a 4-point game right now, the lead for the Warriors. They shouldn't be panicking here, but Kerr doesn't often take that kind of a timeout here, so we'll see what he draws up. Yeah, Curry, not bad, but just enough that he, you fall asleep there, and that's a problem. Let's see here. Let's see. Kareem. People are asking about Kareem. Yeah, the 2014 Spurs was great. They don't run that anymore. And then Timo, I guess to follow up on what I did. So no, I was going to play Division III. I was good enough to play there. Had I had a coach like me, or had I had a better coach, like a skills coach like they have now, I think I would have been able to play. I don't know. I played in those pickup games with some of the guys in D1 in those games, and I could hang in a pickup game in the summer. But if I had a skills coach, because I was this gym rat, I worked as hard as I could. I just didn't know what to work on well enough. And if I had done that, and we had the methods we have now, which are unlocking all sorts of optimal play, I think I would have been able to walk on. I think from a middling Division I team. I believe that. I might not be true, but that's what it felt like back then to me. Let's see. Trace McSorley, NBA coaches would have a thing or two to learn from watching my videos. I mean, yeah, listen, everything I see, they see, I'm sure, Coach, you think the Warriors should pick LaMelo instead of Wiseman? No, Wiseman's going to be an all-star. I think he's that good, and he's going to be that good. It would have been fun. I did a video on that actually, where I thought how fun it would be if they did pick LaMelo. By the way, I told everybody, just calm down about LaMelo. You're going to see he's going to get comfortable. 30 and 8 the other night with 0 turnovers. He's getting comfortable pretty quick, and they're giving him more and more playing time. So watch for him to be the best player, who I think was a freshman in high school. We were all kind of saying that he might be the best of all the bros. Let's see here. Who's more skilled, Steph or Kyrie? That's a real problem to answer. I don't know. Because then what is skill? Are we talking about the shooting skill? I would say Steph is probably a little bit more skilled shooting the three, right? It's close. Is Kyrie a better ball handler? Like maybe he's got a little bit more fancy stuff, but Steph's got all the fancy stuff too. I think it's at that level. I don't know if you can choose. They're both so good. They're both so good at finishing at the rim. Steph used to be like a really good passer. He doesn't do it as much now, but that might be where you have to split hairs there. And who's better at passing? I don't know. What do we think in the comments? Who's better, Steph or Kyrie? It's passing. Let's see here. What's going on over in the chat? Remember, if you want to come and chat with me during the timeouts, head over to Hot Mic and we can do it. You can request to come in and we'll chop it up. I want to hear from you guys. That's my favorite part of like the Locker Room app and the Hot Mic app is that you talk to each other. Let's see here. Which team do you think would grab that 7 and 8 position in the West? It's really getting close. I don't know. It's a total clustered over there. And where did my standings go? The Western Conference. I mean, you got 3 teams that are 9th, 10th, 11th that are all a half game, and then the other 5, 6, 7, 8 are all tied. We need more games to let it shake out. I don't know. So you can see how many people that Curry drags to him, and then look at those shot fakes, going to pull up. He's still on, man. It's weird to see him only taking a 2. So what is he? He's up to 46 points. Wow, a quiet 46. Kleba from the corner. Yes, because they helped off too far on that one. That's tough. Nice little find, though. Yeah, the Mavericks are really scorching from 3, too. The Warriors need to – oh, he's got open. You know what? I wish I could kind of jump back and analyze this a little bit more. The way they're chasing, and they're not being aggressive enough because when Curry's off ball, you can be a little more physical. And he's just shooting practice shots. Wow. So Hardaway just throws himself in there, hoping for the best. Look at that. Wide open. Wiggins is, I think, shooting 36, 37%, which I think is a career high for him. Just playing with Steph will do that to you. And they took the lead. Look at that. The Warriors now finally called all the way back from that bad start. So let's see here. Looking to duck in KP down low, and they missed him. 3 seconds in the paint. Wow. KP was open. They missed him. I missed who was posting up. He was posting up on. Let's see if they can show the replay. No. Okay, look. So there's Richardson. Kleba has to be higher, so they're a little bit worried about that screener slipping, I guess, although that was a different area of the court. But Richardson's needs better effort than that. You can't run right into the screen. You got to use a slalom step. I don't know if I've ever showed you that, where you kind of step with almost like a euro. You euro around the screener. Maybe that's what I'll call it. Oh, that's at least KP with his length can give him 5 feet, but then jump in the air and contest. That's going to be an impediment to a 3 for Steph for sure. But he's already at 10 threes. Right. Curry was there on that one too, but he's just a little bit late. Kleba got his mitts on that one. He's not letting that one go. A nice little dish. So, these offenses are running at a high level right now. Oh, Joshua wants to think that Kyrie is better than Curry as a finisher in the league. I don't think so. And I don't think that the percentages will bear that out either. So if Kyrie has a reputation of being a better finisher at the rim, I don't think that's the case. But maybe you guys can check out right now the percentage at the rim over at Stats on NBA to make sure. But I know for a fact, like over several seasons, you won't see Kyrie definitively be higher than him in percentage. It's good to see Clay, by the way, with the team. It's real easy to get disjointed and not connected when you're injured like that on a long-term injury and kind of just feel like you're not part of it. Okay, so what we have here, a low post entry. Oh, they've run this play a lot now where they curl us around the Draymond screen, and then they have Steph come around for the low post split. They got a nice look on the flip, on the reverse. I like that play a lot. I might have to do that might be my next X's and O's I'll do live. So good defense by Curry. Look at that. Chest to chest, didn't reach, turned and ran, didn't slide. Beautiful. So, okay. So look, you can see what they're going to call travel. Wow. Let's see the replay of that one and see the footwork. He might have moved. I think he came down left, right, and then like to step into the defender, might have moved that left foot. They're not. Here comes the replay. Watch the left foot. So left. Oh, left. Oh, no. He went right. You know what? I think he's not allowed to pivot on that jump stop because he took a step beforehand. So when you do a gather step jump stop, then you can't pivot. You can only jump. So you can see how Draymond continues to move back and keep the space so that the guy jumping ends up jumping into him, and the referees won't honor that. Draymond's a special case though because they give him that kind of respect as a defender, but he's that smart. Watch. And he moves backwards, gets out of the way a little bit. Let's see. I don't know. And by the way, his arms weren't straight up. Yikes. Well, even Curry misses ones with a brick every now and then. He kind of rushed that one, but it wouldn't have a lot of time. So they switch on that, and they scram him out of there. So now what do they have? So Doncic is not in there, and they're still creating open looks. That's not good for the Warriors defense. But the Mavericks are running this offense at a very high level. The ball is moving. They're collapsing. They're forcing rotations. And then that's a terrible, terrible mistake by the Warriors there. Drop the rebound out of bounds. They overthrew Powell. Wow. And Curry hits that one too. Right. The thing that we're talking about with Kyrie and Steph at the rim is you got to be careful about the highlights, because remember, like, people thought, oh, you know what? I'm behind. Shoot, I forgot I was behind when I got that quick thing. So you guys are probably wondering what's going on. I'm going to catch up in a minute. Sorry. I forgot. I went to get that Curry 3, and I jumped back. So forgive me. I'm going to catch up. I'm still 20 seconds behind, or 30 seconds total, but. All right, so we curl. There comes Mulder. Can Bazemore do that? No. Now that a benefit of the 3 is that there's long rebounds that ricochet. And Bazemore, yikes, almost didn't get high enough for that one. All right, I'm gonna get there in a second, and we'll catch up for the fourth quarter. So they brought Luka back in here to finish the quarter. They're probably going to take him out in the fourth for a couple minutes. Wow. This is the OK Corral going on right here. Yeah. Again, what I tell you about Mulder, man, he can stroke it. Good dip, good turn, good rhythm. He's tall too. I think he's about like a legit 6'4" or 6'5". He's got some size. It's a nice find for them. Can Damian Lee handle this? Here we go. Look at Luka's going to put him in the dance. Not bad. And he's forced. Oh, my goodness. They fouled the three-point shooter. That's not good. And that's Bazemore again. All right, I'm going to catch up now. Okay, so I'm about 10 seconds behind right now for everybody who's on streaming on League Pass. All right. Let me see here. You know what? Let me check over in the live stream here. All righty. Where was the foul? Yeah, he took a really bad angle. All right, let's do this. All righty. Mulder and Scully, love it. And Damian Lee rushed that one. You could see how he didn't have good rhythm on that, where he kind of had to wait, and it was like a very mechanical, unsmooth shot, and really missed. Oh my goodness! Now that was smooth. Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh, he's going to make this. He's going to make it. Oh, wow. All right. Well, Dallas held on. They lost the lead for a brief amount of time, but now it's 5 points. And the Warriors are hanging in there with Curry's 46 points. So his career high is what, 60? Let's tweet this out one more time and let everyone know on Twitter that we're here. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Anybody wants to come on? Time out. We got a chance to talk about, come on. Ask me a question. Say something you don't like about something. I don't know. Let it off your chest. Anything you want to do. All right. Well, let's see. Let's get to there. There's an interesting conversation about Kyrie and Curry still going on here in the hot mic side. Mark Jackson made a great point. The defense is disappointing. 100 points given up at the end of the third quarter. I don't know what we're supposed to do, though. The offense is running so smoothly. When you get ball movement like that and you have enough guys like a Luka and a Steph, the defense, you're going to compromise the defense and break down. And then the question is, can you recover well enough to get a hand up? But the way that's happening now, where they're running these things, it's like they have no hope but to just recover and try and keep enough pressure on the shooter. The Warriors are hitting on a higher percentage of threes than the Mavs are on twos. That's hilarious. Let's look at that. So the Warriors are 47.2% from three, and the Mavericks are at 45.7%. I'm gonna steal that if you don't mind, Robin. I'll give you credit. I'm gonna tweet that out. Yeah. Is it a clinic? I guess it is. It is. It's a shooting display of fireworks, basically, is what it is. But yeah. So who's going to blink is the question. All right. It's all caught up here in the chat. You got it. Well, Robin, I gave you a little hat tip. I got a good question, but it got to be off cam. Is that all right? Sure. Fire it up. You can ask me in the comments. Remember, on YouTube, guys, we have a comment section on the Hot Mic app, and I'm going to give a little bit of priority to. And obviously, if you want to come over here and download the app and come into the show and talk with me, let's do that too. Again, remember, on YouTube, on live shows, there's no way to bring you in and join it up. This is the way to do it. On the Hot Mic app, beamed back to the YouTube. Let's head over to the comments, which I had to clean up a little bit. Who's my favorite team? Fried ravioli. My favorite team. I don't know if I have one. I like basketball, So listen, my favorite team when I was growing up was the Bulls from 78 to 98 when I was grew up there. Who's the best player in the world right now? I don't know. It's tough, man. You got I don't think it's Giannis. I don't think it's shoot. Is it Luka? Is it Steph? Is it LeBron? Yeah. It's got to be between like LeBron and Steph and KD. And we're back. Curry is out. So Curry is going to do the traditional, give a rest to Curry now so he can finish the game in the last 8 minutes and pray that the lead isn't too great. And Joshua, you got it? Okay. So, again, these are crucial possessions where they have to get good shots. Yeah, they make them, they miss them, but they have to get good shots. And right now, we got stagnant offense. Wiggins, can he do it? Step back, and he does. Big, huge. Again, Wiggins is the guy. He's like the X factor here for the Warriors. Now let's see what the Mavericks can do on offense here. Just sort of 5 out. This is the offense they were hoping to get when they got Powell in there now and they get it healthy and spread the floor. But that's a tough shot. And almost just about made it. And again, another offensive rebound. They've given up 12. And that's tough. That's going to be the name of the game here. Because again, boom, that's a second chance point right there. 2 points. By the way, Luka's got 31, a quiet 31. Oh, and Wanamaker, he got his right elbow up. I don't know. I liked Wanamaker a little bit more in Boston. He doesn't look as good here for some reason. It's unclear why. Let's see what happens here. He gets his right elbow up, right? Yeah. Oh, he hit him right in the face. Jesus, what were you doing, man? That's terrible. That could have been a flagrant. Oh, wow. That was a tough shot by Doncic. My goodness. Inspired. 5 for 8. Here's the problem, though. They want to get Curry a rest, but they're going to have to bring him back in now, 2 minutes early. Curry probably was hoping that they could get him an extra couple minutes, but, this game's going to be over in a couple minutes. So you see that on a hop, you get a little bit better rhythm transfer on that, and that was good to see. I wonder, where did Steph go? You have to go to the bathroom? But look at these shots by the Warriors. Offensive foul because Wanamaker can't beat anybody off the dribble. Oubre, guys hanging all over him. So Carlisle with the lead decided to take and that's how they do it anyway. Good block by Anderson. But they can play Luka now knowing they can take him out in a minute, give him a little bit of a rest, and then bring him back in for the final 5 minutes because you have a lead. But they do that anyway. Yeah, this is ugly. The ball's not getting below the free throw line. So they're going to have to put him in right now. I mean, I don't know why he's wasting any time. Curry's not checking in yet, but they're going to have to. There's a Spain pick and roll, and it gets a nice look. I wouldn't have banked that in if I were Doncic on that. All right, good look for Wiggins, and he nails it. Wiggins, look at that. He's really giving them something to keep it a little bit close. But, yeah, Steph's got to stop talking to Mike Brown and go check in. So there's Brunson. I love Brunson. We got to see what he hasn't really done much tonight. And then boom. Oh. So I know with this group, I'm sure Kerr wants to go as fast as possible to get shots. Oh my goodness. That's a tough shot. That's a Kobe move. And Wiggins cuts it to 5. Now you'll see with the extra timeout, I would think they're going to bring Curry in because he gets a little extra rest right here during the TV timeout. So awesome. Again, if you're out there on YouTube land, come over to the Hot Mic app, download it, install it. You can chop it up with me. You can come on the show, and then you'll be on the YouTube channel. You'll be, seen by a lot of people. And then you ask a question. We can chop it up, see what you want to say. Let's see here. Skoog, my pleasure. Do I prefer Pop over Phil Jackson as the GOAT? No, I pick Phil. Pop built the Spurs into legitimacy, whereas one can say Phil got the credit for what Tex Winter invented. Yeah, but Phil also, there's a whole defensive side of things as well that he gets credit for. And just the overall management. I think that, and then game adjustments. I think Phil, I would give him a nod. I'm a little bit biased because I did grow up in Chicago and sort of, studying Phil more. But I think in the more recent years, I'm a little bit down on Pop. But interestingly enough, both of those guys, their assistants who went on to be coaches, none of them really found success at all. Very strange. I cannot show footage of the game because the NBA would not be happy with the live show with footage, unfortunately. Sorry. But the Hot Mic apps, can sync us up together and all that stuff so we can chop it up there. Wiggins changed, and by the way, we're at a timeout right now within the fourth quarter, 8:26 to go. So we're pretty much on time. I'm about 10 seconds behind. All right, maybe really quickly we can get Josh in here. We probably got about a minute. What's up? We got about a minute, Josh. What do you have?
My bad. I'm behind on the stream a little bit. I was just gonna say, about the Kyrie Curry finishing thing, I'll admit my biases being in Cleveland. I have a soft spot for Kyrie, but Curry is better, and because of the threat that he has from deep, when I mean, he can pump fake from 40, and the center's already stepped up on him, and he drives and he's drawing that attention, but he gets people on his back way more. I feel like Kyrie has to finish through people, over people, around people. So the percentages, maybe that's where the difference is coming from a little bit.
That's interesting. Yeah, maybe. And I don't think it's that close. I don't think it's that far off. I think they're both like elite. And by the way, like what Kyrie's done this year is nasty. It's disgusting what he's done to some people. Almost like on purpose. I'm going to embarrass you. Steph will do that sometimes too, but he's a little bit more ruthlessly efficient on that. I don't. You can't go wrong. I think that argument's almost weird. They're both so good. You know what I mean?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you.
But there are numbers. We can look at it. Maybe if I get a chance before the game's over or whatever, I'll look it up on Synergy or something. We'll figure it out.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
All
The game
right.
looks like we're coming back. All right. Talk to you.
All right.
All right. So now we're doing a little bit of the breakdown here. This is the same. I have the same technology on my videos, by the way, to use the 3D graphics you see. Do I think Wiggins is an all-star? You know what? I got to look at his numbers real quick. Andrew Wiggins. No, he's not an all-star this year. Sorry. He's just not scoring enough. All right, they're going to go to Luka down low against Oubre. And, tough shot. He hits the same one kind of that Wiggins did, but over the other shoulder. That's all you can hope for. Force him into a tough turnaround fadeaway from 12, 14. Now that's the shot Wiggins doesn't do so well. Kind of moving. We need an updated average player video. Oh, that's interesting. I got to get my numbers gurus out for that. Okay, again, same over the right shoulder and good touch, but doesn't get it to fall. That might have been like a bank shot he didn't go for. Yeah, that's a tough one. When you extend your steps, the guy on you pushing, you're going to ultimately lose your balance. It's hard to finish. You can't even get far enough. So a little blind pig action. Covered up okay by Toscano Anderson. Okay, but now what, Wiggins? Get back into play. Wow, is that Luka again? I was watching the rotations. No, that was Brunson. Brunson's a silent guy. Quiet, and all of a sudden he'll kill you on 3 straight possessions. All right, Wanamaker. They need that one. So now they need some stops. Right now, if the Warriors want to have any hope of getting back in this game, they need to get some stops. And guess what? Curry is still not in. This is weird. He's coming in now, but I think that they waited a minute too long, honestly. We'll find out. All right. Good fight for the rebound. Okay, what are they going to do here? Down by 8. There's no offense. That's tough. I always feel like maybe Oubre's rule should be he shouldn't shoot threes with Steph and Draymond off the floor. If I were going to be at the press conference for Kerr at the end of the game, I'd ask him why he went so long without Curry and Draymond in the fourth. This is, 6 minutes. That's pushing it, but they'll be fresh and that's good. But, they're down by 8. If you're in Donovan Mitchell's circle, do you convince him to leave Utah? Conley ain't enough help and no elite guys are coming to Salt Lake City. Yeah, probably. I think that's probably what he's thinking. But didn't he sign an extension? Isn't he locked up there for a lot of years now? Donovan? I mean, listen, Rudy, I don't think Rudy's the guy that's going to get them farther than they've been anyway in the playoffs. But I'm going to do a video on the Jazz because they're number 1. I'm going to try and do one probably the next one I do. Okay, here's another one of those cross screens for Wiggins, and then they do a curl for Curry, which I like as a flex action. Wiggins, no dip, and he still hits it from the short corner. It's the one place you can kind of get it because you don't need as much power. Yeah, prime Baron Davis you'd want on your team, especially in this era. Okay. Oh my God. I think he knew that miss before he released it. That was ugly. And that was open. So Wanamaker trying to have a positive impact. Another lefty layup. He tries, he gets fouled. He can get the free throws here. He's got to hit him. But this is a good game. But now it's time for Curry to do the Curry's thing. Adam wants to know if should Curry come in and look to get quick assists before shooting again. I think when you're this hot, no. I think you should be looking for your shot. But then again, he plays in the moment, and when he sees the pass like he just did to Wiggins, he hit him, and then the Wiggins, he got the assist that way. So Wiggins, Curry is great about that, where he will make the right play when he needs to. But at some point, like if they're going to struggle here, and that's a 5-6 point lead, they're Curry's is going to take over a little bit here. All right, Josh, good to see you. All righty, so here we go. Luka looking to do a little handoff action with KP across the top, and they get a switch. So what they're looking for is to try and get Draymond off of KP. Whoa. And Richardson hit that after slamming off the backboard, basically. Wow. Oh, no, that's Hardaway. Oh, I thought Curry had an opening there for a second. Oh, you know what? 3 points the hard way. So at this rate, with under 5 minutes to go, Curry is not going to break the 3-point record. I don't think he's going to get 4 in 5 minutes. Wow, look at that footwork. By the way, the secret to basketball is lifting both feet in the air at the same time. And it's exactly what he did, right? As a gallop dribble. And as he paused and read the defense, both feet are off the ground. And when he lands, he can then spring into a move. Or spring into a shot. That's what makes it so hard, because the hands could simulate a shot. Okay, Hardaway. Pick and roll. Good roll by, yeah, that's tough. It's tough when it's that quick. And good finish by Porzingis. So, look at this Curry dance. Wow. It's weird when he misses, right? He's missed 10 shots. Can he do it? Yep. So Doncic is trying to match Curry. He's got 6 of his own threes. Now, interestingly enough, we were clamoring, to say that they need Steph and Draymond back in, and they finally come in and they balloon the lead, right? That's weird. But, that was a block dunk, which is a nice play, or maybe not a block dunk, but he missed a dunk. But, then it happens to go to Luka, who's wide open for the 3. Again, it's the wide open shots when he has a lot of time for a 2-motion shot where he can get calibrated that way, he can make. But he doesn't always get those because he's doing the step backs. I wonder if we got rid of the step back shots, if we could see what his 3-point percentage is overall at that point. Because then you just say eliminate those and get back to 37, 38%. All righty. All right, how's everyone doing? Mavs picked this one game to play sensible offense. Okay. Well, they certainly look great. They got 126 points. They're going to be, they'll probably get 136, 140, maybe more at this rate. It's very impressive. It's a fun game. This is sort of probably what the future of the NBA is going to look like, right? A lot of shooters, a lot of threes. I mean, listen, what they combined for 38 threes. I don't know what the record is. Who knows what the record for the number of threes are for combined in a game? I'm too lazy to look it up. Um, 29? That's the most? No. No, I'm talking about the combined, both teams. All right, let's look this up. Most threes combined in a NBA game is Bucks beat Heat, set record for three-pointers made. 29. No, that's got to be from one team. I want to know. Oh, here. Warriors Kings set the record, 41. So they're right there. They might break it. No, January 2nd, 42. So I think that's what it is, right? 42 combined. Because look, 41 was January 5th, but then January 16th, the Warriors and the Pelicans did 42. So how many are we at right now? 38. They only need 4 more in 4 minutes. I think they could probably do that. All right, what's happening over here? All righty, what's happening over here in the chats? Let's get a chat going here. 10 throws out his all-time underrated first team: Baron Davis, Joe Johnson, Sean Marion, Kirilenko, and David Robinson. That's an interesting team. Not a lot of three-point shooting, but yeah. Why does the NBA now have three-point shooting frenzy compared to the 90s? They didn't value the three-point shot enough. I mean, there were guys who did shoot them, but not like they did now, because they realized how much more efficient it was at the extra point, and that led to better offenses to generate that. I think you got to let the guy catch the ball. Did they let the Draymond have a chance to catch it, like on the move? I'd like to see the replay of that one. Let's see here. So Draymond's cutting, and yeah, I think so. That was a bit of a flop, though. So the key here is KP when they're trying to get switches from this, when him screening, and then get him to attack. So watch for that. Now KP is 7 for 17. He shot better in the second half. But you'll see this. They'll run it with, Doncic will control the possession, and they're looking to run it through KP. Oh, great steal by Draymond. And can he finish? Oh, my goodness. He's so slow. Yeah, let's see why he missed this. He had a couple steps. Oh, that's interesting. He didn't go for the ball. Yeah, you can't grab the guy's shoulder like that. Watch. You're going to see KP not go for the ball. He just grabs the shoulder and whacks him down like that. That's probably that should be a flagrant. I don't think I'm going to review that. But you have to go for the ball as the rule is written. Yeah, that's not okay. Yeah, they're gonna call this a flagrant. Oh my goodness gracious! Jeff Van Gundy trying to say only because he fell are they reviewing this? I think that's nonsense. I think that they saw that KP did not go for the ball. Is Joel Embiid the MVP? I would think so. I'd give it to him. The way Philly's playing. That's not Draymond like accentuating a fall. It twisted him in the air and he landed on his knee weird. And that's why he fell. Wind up, make it flagrant too. Yeah, it's a flagrant one. Wait, now he's going to review it again. Who can read Zach Zarba's lips? I mean, it's just dangerous. And I remember when I was a 7th grade coach and the 8th grade coach I was assisting had yelled out to the guy. He got ripped at half court. He was chasing after the guy after he got ripped. And he's like, foul him. And I'm like, you can't yell that to a guy like that because the guy is going up for the layup in the air and you tell a 7th or 8th grader, like, foul him. He's just going to push him and hurt him. So the commentators, I don't know. I'm not barely listening. I have them in my ear, but I'm not listening to what they're saying. They didn't call it a flagrant? That's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. And by the way, Silento, that wasn't acting. Draymond fell because he twisted him in the air and he landed all awkward on his leg. Watch it again. He landed on one leg and it was twisted, and that's why he fell. That's amazing to me, only because as the rule is written, that's a textbook flagrant foul. Hope we get Ronnie on that one. All right, so we got a 6-point lead here. It's close, but the Mavericks, can sew this up with a couple buckets. So yeah, all you're going to see the Mavericks try and do is force a switch to get a mismatch for KP down low. There wasn't much one because Toscano Anderson is got some size, but there's the Curry back screen. He's very physical, and there it opens up a three. Yeah, that was a bit of a spastic three by Bazemore. He just didn't look like he caught it clean and had the right rhythm there. His legs maybe kicked out. Something looked really weird. Okay. Okay, watch. There's the pick and roll. So yeah, so they scrammed Curry out of there off of KP. Now they got the right matchup. Although now Curry's got to deal with Doncic. So whatever, yeah, they're just looking for the hunting the mismatch, and then they help off, and they can't hit three. Again, it's offensive rebounds. Really, that's what's going to be the downfall of the Warriors tonight. The Mavericks have 14, and I bet you they have 20 points on second chance. Okay, low post split. Oh, nice. Fine. Nice cut. Now, Oubre is not getting a run here, which is interesting. They went with Bazemore instead. Okay, hedge by Curry. It runs back. They're going to probably just screen again. No? Oh, they're going to space. Great defense. All right. Can the Warriors do it? Steph is, now you can see they're being a lot more physical with Steph off the ball, which is why you're going to have to get Steph on the ball. So it's tough. They're going to be physical with Curry. They don't want to let him get on the off the ball. That's shooting. By the way, this is why this is why Kerr runs the offense this way. It's because off the ball, you saw what he did. He just lit the place up and he kept getting open. But at some points in the fourth quarter, and the referees might not blow their whistle as much, they can get physical with him off ball. So they're going to have to get him on the ball, where then some of the extra pushing will get called. And I would imagine we're going to start seeing exclusively that Draymond, that pick and roll with Curry and Draymond with short rolls, or Curry getting open. Okay, so in case we're all caught up yet, it's 2:02 in the fourth. We're at a timeout. 128-124 Mavericks. And let's see what other questions we have here. Don't forget, we're getting toward the end of the game here. Maybe I'll do a few minutes at the end with the hot mic. And by the way, discover that hot mic will allow you to. I don't need a game. We can just use it as a Q&A, whatever, onto as a live stream to YouTube. So that's our workaround right now as far as coming on the show to ask questions. Coach, can you put the score on the screen? Not the way it's set up right now. I can't do screen share, but I might play with that for the next one. So, where I can put the score or whatever on the bottom, but I'll tell you. But the other thing is, if you have hot mic, you can press a button on there usually, and it'll sync everybody up together somehow. All right, let's do a quick poll. Who here wants to see the Mavericks win? I could probably do that on here on hot mic. Can I do a poll on YouTube? Does that exist? I don't know. I've never seen that. Have anyone done a live poll? Tell me if I can do a live poll. No? Oh, well. Wouldn't that be cool, a live poll? Okay, Curry has to switch on to Doncic again. They're looking to switch, and find a mismatch. Help one pass away, but he didn't take that shot. Wiggins closed out kind of nicely as a stunt versus help. And I can do a community post. Oh, yeah, but then they have to get over there to do it. So now I don't like the way Wiggins closed out to give middle like that. And we missed what happened there. But Hardaway, guess what? Another offensive rebound. Kerr is going to be banging his head against the wall on this one. That was weird. All right, Bazemore did it. That was a strange thing. They got stuck mismatched or something, or off. They recovered enough, but that was weird. That was lucky. Dallas had a good shot. So the double ball screen across the top, and they get the switch. Now the Warriors are doing it. That's a tough shot because he's so long. But that's about it. Yeah, minute left, 4-point lead. I mean, we've seen some ridiculously crazy endings, so we can't say it's over. But it's the offensive rebounds. I mean, Draymond deserves a lot of credit for his defense, the way he's been everywhere, but there it is. But Doncic, man, he's trying to match Curry with his own, let's see, how many is that? 7 threes, 7 for 12. Now, here's the one interesting thing is are they going to think that, Doncic's 3-point woes are all over? I don't think so. I think the mechanics are really the issue here. Wait, now the referees are talking. Oh, did they miss this out of bounds? They did. That was out of bounds. That was bad. Like that's a call they should make in their sleep because there's a referee right on the Oh, did you see that rhythm? That was less of a 2-motion shot. Now that's the shot Luka doesn't know he needs to shoot it that way, where the ball comes up and through without going 1, 2, where it pauses at the top of his head. That shot was great. That's what he needs. And the question is anyone going to see that and be like, we got to groove that and find that more consistently? Because that he'll make shots a lot better that way. But that was a dagger. Let's see here. Right. Draymond has to start scoring. I mean, listen, Wiggins probably needs to take another step up. They need to get Wiseman back. I think he was really helping with that as well. Coach, should NBA look to do conference MVPs? No, they should just do one MVP. Or like offensive player of the year and overall MVPs. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what an MVP is, right? What is an MVP? Is it the best player on the best team? Is it the best player in the league? Is it the guy with the best season? Is it, I don't know. One thing I would say is you can't be an MVP if they never call a last-second call for you because maybe like you're scared of shooting free throws. That's one thing I would think would disqualify somebody from being an MVP. Easton Lowe wants to know what I think about Wiseman. I think he's a future All-Star. Tim Hardaway's performance absolutely was really key here off the bench. But, I mean, he didn't shoot really well at all. So it's not like he was really, really key. But he hit some good shots when they needed them. But, okay, what are they running here? Oh, my God. All right. I mean, they got to get a stop, but it's still 2 possessions. So they're going to foul. They have 1 timeout. Okay, so let's figure this out here. I mean, the Warriors are going to need to miss some free throws and get the rebound. So here's the switch. Kleba ends up being on Curry on that switch. That's too easy, and now, not that Richardson would have done anything different necessarily, but you like to keep the integrity of your defense by not having to switch on the mismatches. Oh, they're not in the bonus. So trap, get a steal. Oh, look at that. Oh. Show the replay. Let's see if that was really a foul. Because, again, a lot of times they think they're going to foul, and that's when you can pinch. No foul, no foul. Wow. Jeff Van Gundy thought it was clean. I mean, it's handsy, but oh, no, that's a good clean. That's a good strip. Now, there's a little bit afterwards after the ball was free, and that's where it shouldn't be called. But that was a clean strip. The risk comes after the ball was free. That should have been a steal. But, yeah, so we're going to look at offensive rebounds by the Mavericks, which killed them because they got second chance points up the wazoo. Yeah, it's inexplicable that they waited till, I think, 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter before bringing both Draymond and Steph. I think at the very least you got to have one of those guys in earlier. Oh, can they review this? I mean, it is provocative on the wrist, but it looks like it's free. I mean, is that a foul there? No. Yeah, afterwards, I would say that would be clean. Because I'm pretty sure once the ball is loose and free, then the same rule doesn't apply about making contact on the forearm. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Coach Glenn? Hey, Coach Nick, how many points per game does Wiseman average by age 25? Well, let's see. What is he? 19 right now? No, I mean he's in the 20s. He's probably in the. He should average 24 and 12. He should be like a Chris Bosh. It's tough on the refs because they know they want to foul, but they could have been clued in on is initially they didn't foul. They were clearly going to go for the steal before they fouled. So you got to give them the benefit, like when you realize that, because they didn't foul like right away, and that means that they're obviously going to try and then play some defense and not just assume that it was a foul. So they're going to give the ball to Golden State. Wow. Okay, let's get it on. You know what? This is a 2-for-1. I mean, it's a really tight 2-for-1, but obviously they have a timeout left. They should try and go. Now, here's the question: you should try and go for the quick 2. Then it's got to be as quick as can be, but you could do that. Cut the lead to 2, foul, and then see what you got. I don't know. The analytics guys might say you should just go for the 3, but I think you'd want to extend this game and extend the possessions. But here's the other problem: they're not inbounding at the half court, so it's like stretched out, so they can't go as quick as they're going to want to go. Oh, look at this! There it is. Oh, and a foul! Wow, huge! That's the best of both worlds. So there's a good argument for taking it all the way right in Cuban's face. We got ourselves a game, folks. Kleba, why did he do that? It's at that point you let him go. It's great when Curry. I love the celebration and stuff, but it's like they're still losing, and they were losing when they hit the other 3. What happened? Yes, Kleba just drifted into him on that contest. He should have just laid off, let him shoot the 2. Okay, so you know what? They're going to get the ball back. They don't need a foul. Amazing. This is like the best possible scenario of all time. And Dallas is a timeout. Then they're going to press here, which I think is interesting. You don't want to get pulled out of position here and then get beat for an easy bucket. But then again, giving up the 2, certainly don't want to give up 3. Wait, he's trying to foul? All right. Yeah, you don't want to foul here. Can he do it? Yep. I mean, why did they do that? They pulled themselves out of complete position on that with Luka at the half-court line to leave him wide open. Oh, let's see how wide open that was. But that was an easy catch and shoot for an elite shooter. That's like the only thing they can't do. That's embarrassing in a way, defensively. Let's see here. So look, this was okay. It looked like they were trying to take a foul, but now Toscano Anderson, look what he does. He's going to come running up here. What is he doing? That's, and like Draymond tried to cover him, but that's just a mistake. There's no need to do that. He was in position. He's 40 feet from the basket. Gosh, is that bad? That's terrible. That loses you the game. And I don't have any skin in this game, but I want to see a good finish. I want to see defense play properly. That is not the proper way to play defense at all. Yeah, this is pretty much academic. Now, again, they could foul Curry and he could hit the shot. And then to tie it. And then we get overtime. We get even more time, but hey. Okay, back screen. He had a chance. Wait, what? What are you doing? Why would you do that? They don't have any timeouts left. This is all right. This is crazy. Why did Curry do that? He had actually a chance to quick release a 3. All right. You know what? We've seen a number of these this season for whatever reason of just mind-bogglingly dumb things, and we saw them there. 2 of those things were dumb. Not that it might have mattered too much because it's a tough situation for them, but you just got to give yourself a chance. And Toscano Anderson cannot just go running at Luka 40 feet from the basket, leaving Kleba of all people. If it was if it was Finney Smith or who also hit 2 for 5. I mean, everybody shot really well, so it's like you don't know who to pick your poison on giving an open shot from 3. Maybe Porzingis because he was over 3 tonight, but other than that, wait, is that Draymond? Yeah, you can. Oh no, Draymond's talking to Bazemore, but I bet you he's upset about that. Let me just watch that thing again. But he's talking to Bazemore. Unless we can't see Toscano Anderson in the background of that shot. But anyway, well, listen, great time. What a fun game. Steph being Steph, which is crazy. But there's no question that Draymond is pissed from that because, and he was there to try and cover, but there's no way he couldn't get there. It's a 20-some foot closeout. No way. There's no way he would have contested there. He couldn't have gotten there. It was too slow. I mean, he might have tried to run and get in the air, but he would have been taken off from about 7 feet away. I just don't see how that would have helped. And in case it missed, he probably needed to be somewhere near the basket. So anyway, awesome stuff. Loved it. Great 2.5 hour plus broadcast, guys. We'll keep doing this, and I'm going to keep doing this like on a regular, maybe during the day too. When we have live shows, so you guys can come on and chop it up with me. You saw we had a few people come on and literally, talk, and we can interact just like IG kind of does. I want to keep doing that more. I want to hear from you guys. I want to chop it up with you guys and hear more. So anyway, awesome stuff. Thank you guys all for being here. Great crowd, great chats in both YouTube and Hot Mic. Get the Hot Mic app, download it, follow me, whatever. I don't know. Use that link in the description. And don't forget, sports fans, at BBALL Breakdown, not a channel. We're a conversation. You in?